And this is it. Welcome to the OCS Grand Final for 2018. My name is Jake Hysteric Sozipenko, joined by the suited up Bradley Teague. But I have to say I'm impressed, sir.
You can't call out my suit and my dress style right now with your hair being incredibly different to how it's been every day.
I thought it was let your mum do your hair today. So I don't know. You know, it's a very special day, Tegan, and I wanted to make it that little bit more special. Our players have come to the pinnacle of the OCS. The 13-week split over, semi-finals and quarterfinals, mind you, done and dusted with only 2 teams left standing.
And it's the rank 1 and rank 2 team.
Yeah.
You have to give credit to the regular season. 13 weeks, we've ended up with rank 1 and rank 2 team. In the semis, which we'll get to later, was rank 3 and rank 4 coming through as well.
Not even later. Let's get to it now. Quarters and semi-finals were massive. Just speaking briefly of the quarterfinals, we looked at teams like Dire Cubs and their run-through especially.
And it was close for them. They came through. Unfortunately, they did fall to Intuition in a crazy 3-game series. And on the other side, Mammoth Academy came through, put up a bit of a struggle against Chiefs Academy. They did. Second game, it felt like a real stretch, but came through into the finals today.
And Chiefs Academy at 2-0 against Mammoth Academy. It was clean. It was pristine. In theory, in the series, Tegan goes, nah, wasn't as clean as you thought.
You can't call it a clean game when Chiefs Academy, they built a huge lead. Don't get me wrong, okay. 15,000 gold. But while they were up that much, they struggled to close it out.
Let's get into it, because we've got a bit of time today, because it is the OCS Grand Final, and we've asked for that special bit of extra to get us into this big best-of-3 series, to lead into the OPL promotion tournament. And we better start with Intuition, Tegan. For them, they have been dominant. They have been the powerhouse 13 weeks, and they haven't lost a game.
Didn't lose until the semis. That's as simple as that. Dominant. All split long. Had a couple roster changes. Plug to Guts. Fudge to Fantix. And even throughout those changes, still didn't look like there was any chance of them losing.
Let's go into those roster changes, because I think it affected Intuition in maybe more of a way that was represented than their games, because only 2 games in the regular split went over 30 minutes. And that's something that's a bit minor, but it does represent. Guts came in about week 6 or week 7, halfway through the split, and it was more of a passive change when you have Guts in the jungle, right?
Well, it's a passive change, not because he wants to, but because that's what he would get away with, for the lack of a better term, is all of his lanes were winning. There's no need to take a risk. You just sit back, go to whichever lane needs your assistance, and naturally you are going to win that game. 3 winning lanes and your jungle's doing fine. It's quite easy to close it out.
Considering when Plug was coming through on Kha'Zix, taking so many resources, he was a menace, he was a threat in himself.
Yep.
You go from an invading jungler to someone who's happy to play Sejuani, happy to play Nocturne, use 1 or 2 ults in a game, and that is the fight that brings them ahead. So I think that stylistic choice for Intuition, I thought it would affect them more, but it really didn't.
No, they fit into it pretty perfectly. You have to say, a lot of that has to be on Dream and Aladoric. Okay. They always look dominant. Every game they play in, they take over it. Anytime they give Dream the resources, he's very willing to carry his team. So it did change how they have to approach games.
Yeah.
Right? Fantix in the top lane does not carry like Fudge did. He plays the off lane. He plays safe. He plays things like Gangplank, like Rise, which you don't really expect to see up there. But in Gangplank's case, plays exceptionally well in 1v2 scenarios, when he's being dove, when he has to just farm safely and pay a lot of respect.
So upgrade or downgrade? Fantix, Fudge to Fantix. I put you on the spot a little bit. Upgrade or downgrade?
What, straight player skill, or how it suits the... This is a very complex question.
I don't think how it suits the team is. It might be appropriate, but I think what you think is better for the grand final moving forward.
Downgrade.
Downgrade.
It's harsh. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to talk down Fantix, but Fudge was incredible in every game we saw. He was influential. They were always willing to put resources up there to carry through them. Fantix comes in. He is the true offlaner.
Which brings us to the semifinals. And Fantix not having his best showing on top lane Rise. Now, if you didn't catch out the semifinals, you can go back, check out the VODs on YouTube or even on Twitch. For those semifinals, Fantix in 2 games, I would say, just got absolutely smashed.
He did not look great. To his credit, they put him in losing matchups on bad matchups because they wanted to flex the Rise.
He wanted to play Rise 3 games in a row.
They were flexing the Rise as well. Especially
Sorry,
game 1, it was flexed at the last second, so they could pick, I believe it was Yasuo mid.
Yep.
You have it there if you want to correct me. So you have to say, yes, he did get crushed, mind you. He was easily the weakest player in that series. But it was also because they placed no priority on him in the draft, placed no priority on him in the games. They just sort of said, you're going to be the off lane, do your best on your own. Let us play through the other lanes.
Now, before we move on to Chiefs Academy with Fantix, does this affect their win condition, their play style, and what are Intuition going to play through in this coming game?
I think they play the same way they did in the semis. Play through bot lane, play through mid. Let Guts snowball the lanes where they pick for the scaling, pick to carry their team, and again, put Fantix on and off lane.
Well, on the other side, in the top side of the map, Chiefs Academy might be feeling a little bit more spicy considering what happened in the semi-finals. Chiefs Academy now technically even with Intuition, and I'm going to explain this to you, Tiga, because Chiefs Academy did not drop a game in the semi-finals, right? Intuition did. Therefore, teams are now even by my standings, right? That's all that matters here. Both teams have dropped one game in the regular split, including in the playoffs so far.
I mean, all that matters is that they're both here in the finals. It doesn't matter how they got here.
Okay.
But you are right. First game of the season dropped by Intuition, so now they both have dropped one game, just one map. But it tells a tale. Intuition, they looked so dominant, and they're coming into this finals on the back foot. They're coming in off their worst performance all split. And it wasn't even a bad one. It was just that they had finally dropped a game. They look human. Yep. Instead of these unbeatable gods. On the side of Chiefs Academy, they come in looking strong. They took down Mammoth Academy, they were on the upswing. They were looking strong themselves, and Chiefs Academy came in. They seem to be adjusting towards not giving their bot side resources. Panda looking dominant. You can play through jungle with Swathe as well.
Before we do go into rosters, though, their progression towards a split, though. For Intuition, they had very quick games, but for Chiefs Academy, dragging on a little bit longer. Specific win conditions through Gunkrab, who was always picking up the Kaiser, who was always a reliable threat for Chiefs Academy, but I guess things changed as weeks went on.
Well, they for me, are a team that changed out of necessity. Not because they wanted to, but Gunkrab, he went and played OPL a few weeks. I think a lot of us watched those games as well. When he was gone, they had to play with Chaos, and that was a big stylistic change for them.
Yeah.
We saw in the first few weeks, Gunkrab would carry his team. I believe it was Diacubs in one of the first few games where the top side collapsed for Chiefs Academy. They all just looked dismal.
It was clean.
And Gunkrab and Isla put the team on their backs, won that game for them where they had no right to even be in the game for 25 minutes.
At least clean out of Gunkrab, yeah. No, so for Chiefs Academy, their bottom lane, the strength might be there, but coming up in this game, what's the interaction like?
I would even say their strength is gone from the bottom lane. That was the start of the season. Now they have changed. They play through top. They play through mid. They let Swathe do a lot of the heavy lifting, and they give Gunkrab and Isla the offlane. We saw in the semis, Ezreal Pyke being a big pick for them.
Quarterfinals, I think we even saw Jace.
Yes.
Jason.
Not a fan of that, by the way. That is another thing where they're flexing champions and then they're putting it in an off lane to sort of get advantageous matchups elsewhere. So you see that their priority isn't in their bot lane when that's where it was at the start of the season.
Okay, final thing though for Chiefs Academy, if they're putting priority in the top side of the map, how does that interact maybe positively or negative with Intuition?
I think you're going to see a lot of the same games that we saw Diacubs play against Intuition, where Topoon, when he got ahead up in topside, they were in control of the game.
Yeah.
They were demanding, they took resources, they didn't really let Intuition command control of the game. And that's how we'll see it play here.
Okay.
Chiefs Academy, they're going to want to win through top. Intuition, they're going to want to win through bot lane. So it's all going to be who gets the better priorities and who has the more effective jungler. If you had to ask me, Swathe, in how aggressive he is, will be really difficult for Guts to deal with.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on Swathe, but moving up into this grand final matchup, the best of three, let's check out those rosters. They're the same, T-Gun. They're what we saw last week. And still, I'm looking at the bottom lane for Intuition.
For Chiefs Academy, it's what we saw in week 1. Yes, like I said, we had a couple subs in, subs out, but that is a stable team, stable roster. And like I said before, Chiefs Academy, I look bot side. Gunkrab and Isla, how well can they play with no resources?
Yep.
Isla on Pyke, gets out of that lane, is effective elsewhere. Can Gunkrab be safe? I don't really look at Panda, Swathe, and Omni, who are going to be where they place their resources. You want Panda to be carrying, you want Swathe to be aggressive, ganking up topside. For me, how well do they play the off lane? Because that's going to be what dictates if they have control or not.
Definitely is. I'm going to take a side swing on this as well. For Chiefs Academy, I mentioned before, T-Gun, that although you're looking to dominate lanes through Chiefs Academy, timings of games have been crucial here. Intuition have wanted to close games out before that 30-minute mark. They've had quicker games during the regular split, and Diacubs were one of the few teams to force them to now their longest game of the split by 10 seconds.
I don't even care about the game time. Diacubs took the game. They won the game.
They won the game.
It doesn't matter about game time.
They made Intuition bleed as we jump into the grand finals here. Pick and bans, game number 1. Intuition being the first seed get side selection game 1 and game 3.
Interestingly enough, this is patch 8.16. Chiefs Academy have banned Rakan.
Yep.
Rakan copped a pretty significant nerf. Health and I believe it was also armor down.
Isla and Aladoric specialists.
Very
on that champion.
curious that you are banning out Rakan here. Says to me that they're trying to set up for something specific down in bot lane. I'm not sure what that is yet.
Well,
Alternatively, Tom Kench also nerfed means that priority on that champion will also be shifted away. Aladoric, favoring that champion a bit in the lead-up, now has to find something else to be proficient on.
Immediately seen the Brom ban, the change in 8.16, already adapted by Intuition, making sure that that counter pick of 2 cannot be taken away. Rise. Look, T-Gun, you didn't like it as a top lane champion, but the initiation there from Intuition will be Alistar.
Easy slam pick. It's the best support left. Braum and Alistar right now are sort of the S tier, the league of their own supports right now. So for that to get through makes a lot of sense. What do you pick for Chiefs Academy here? There is still quite a lot left open. Talia, while she did get slightly nerfed in 8.16, still quite strong.
Yep.
Alternatively, you could go for something like Kindred. Morgana being hovered, still good, but we saw that nerf quite a while ago to her laning phase,
We did,
the
but
mana regen, the
it
mana.
hasn't affected the OCS.
But it should
Really
still
hasn't.
be fine here. And it works how they should be playing, which is safe, playing back. You just want to counter-engage and get out whenever the Alistar goes on you. Black Shield is probably the best tool to do that.
Especially if Gunkrab is going to play something crazy. If they're going to have a long-range engage composition like they have before and put Gunkrab on something like the Jace. I'm just messing with you.
No.
Quinn slam locked in for second, and I'm sure Minky-Well, wherever he is, would be proud.
Yeah, that's a curious one. Now, obviously they've hit some picks up until this point.
Yeah.
Chiefs Academy and Intuition both played pretty standard in their semis and quarters games. So
That they
Quinn
did.
coming out here, obviously grand final, if you're going to bring out a pick, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Open picking it early. Now, it is still sort of a flex. It can be played jungle and top.
And
But-
to that regard, AD carry if you're going to go very, very extrovert.
If there is someone that is going to play it, it is Gunkrab.
Yep.
He's played Jace and Swain recently, so it would make sense to end up there. That being said, strange pick to take early. There are still some pretty prioritized picks left open. Jin, one of them. Ash, another one of them, which is
Oh, yeah.
quite strong.
No priority in Ash in the OCS, I think we were
Not
talking
yet.
about before, which
Not
is quite
yet.
fair. But,
I'm not too sure why. I think it is an incredibly strong champion.
well, let's question that a little bit as composition comes together for Chiefs Academy. Jin, Olaf actually locked in the first time we've seen Olaf in the OCS in a while. Response jungler for Swathe. He'll pick up something a little bit more passive than he's used to, from Graves to now a Trundle.
Yeah, surprising that he goes passive here. Like I said, Talia still available. Yes, she did get nerfed, but still quite strong. Also available right now is Zoe. Zoe, another champion that got slight nerfs in 8.16,
Yep.
but is still relevant. Is still extremely strong, especially if you can land your abilities, land the bubble. You're fine. All that got nerfed was her auto attack damage, the damage that persisted through missing skill shots.
Did.
So surprising to see it just sort of fall through. Aatrox, another champion that fell to the
that
second
falls
ban.
through, and really with Aatrox priority, and when Panda just popped off on it in the semi-finals, a bit of a surprise that Chiefs Academy did not prioritize that over something like the Quinn, but as you said, changing things up in the grand final, game 1 of a best of 3.
Interestingly enough, it means they don't expect Quinn to be going top. They fully believe this Quinn right now, I assume that is Trundle Jungle, is
Mid.
probably going to be either mid or their ADC.
Yeah.
I would say it's more likely to go AD.
They banned
for
a
me.
Riven, that's what they definitely think.
They're sort of moving away and saying, yeah, that's not going top. We'll ban things out. Leaves open quite a lot for Chiefs Academy to play around with.
Yeah.
I don't see Omni taking the Quinn personally.
But this also shuts out quite a lot for the top lane, as Mundo was the final ban for Chiefs Academy with Riven and Aatrox, as well as that Ornn, which you can barely see. I mean, just can't see it at all. They'll slam lock the Orianna, which is still just really passive.
Still leaving everything to the imagination, though.
Mm.
No top laner sort of locked in. The jungle, yes, it's Trundle, but you don't have the AD as well. That Trundle could still be flex top, then Quinn could go jungle or AD. There's still so much that Chiefs
I
Academy
want to
can
draw
do.
your eyes back to Intuition, though, and although that probably won't get locked in, the Olaf still... No, you don't like flex Olaf?
I don't like
But I like
hovers.
Azir. Oh,
Azir
boy.
and GP. Oh,
We just realized that
So-
GP's just fallen through.
this, I'm okay with GP falling through. This is, to me, Intuition here have a bit of both. They want the best of both worlds. Olaf, great early game champion. Wonderful jungler, lots of pace, a lot of early game aggression there. Azir and Gangplank, complete opposite. You pick these champions to play 35, 40-minute games, which is not what we've seen Intuition play.
All right, T-Gun, where's that going?
I'm going to wait till they lock it in.
Well, but the final pick of Jace...
I'm going to wait till it's all said and done. The Jace could be AD or top.
Look at the
It's
front lines
as
here, though,
easy as
T-Gun.
that.
What do you see?
I see no real front line for Chiefs Academy. You put the Trundle in there, and that's it.
Yep.
On the other side, Intuition are happy with that. They don't need a front line. All of their champions engage from afar. The only one that really needs to get up close and personal is Olaf. Alistar, in this composition, plays more of a disruptive role. I don't see him going in, trying to engage big 5-man knock-up Pulve combos.
Yep.
Instead, his whole job is keep them off Jhin. Make sure that you can peel back and sort of make sure your carries get the most effective damage out.
I mean, it looks like we're going to have long-range engages from both of these teams at some point as well. During the mid-game, these elongated fights up to one skill shot landing. And Panda, it's going to be the Jace top. So, we see a Jace taken out of Gunkrab's hands. And Tegan, I said it, Quinn AD carry going up against Jhin and Alistar. And that Black Shield going to be crucial in that said matchup.
Yeah, to me, this is so strange, and it's something I didn't like Gunkrab doing previously, is him going to off-meta, off-kilter champions.
Yeah.
These strange picks that you flex down there. Now, don't get me wrong, it is great to have that flexibility in your draft. You can pick these odd champions, which really leaves your opponents guessing what's going where. But to me, there are so many stronger things open for you in that ADC role that he needs to justify this pick in the game.
He does.
And doing that as an off-laner will be difficult. Yes, it sets up their mid and their late game really well. 1-3-1 with Chiefs Academy's composition is going to be insane. But getting to that point is what worries me.
And for Intuition, they have soared through the regular split. They almost got stopped by Dire Cups. And then Chiefs Academy, they stand in their path. The team that is now neck and neck. Here we go. The OCS Grand Final for 2018 begins now as we jump onto the Rift.
It all comes down to me, again, to the bot lane. You've picked Quinn and sent it to bot. I assume that will still be your off lane. You have the carry top in Jace. You have the standard, the safe mid in Orianna, the one you pick where you don't really need to or want to do anything there. How do you really get effectiveness out of Quinn? Now, with the Morgana, you have some pretty safe engage. Anytime you want to get a gank off down in bot lane, you can focus at Alistar, especially pre-6. You're more than happy to do that. But again, you're then drawing resources from your top side. That does not seem like the Chiefs Academy playstyle to me.
It does not. And especially when Gunkrab has taken that back foot. But let me draw your attention back to the semifinals, where Gunkrab, game 2 against Mammoth Academy, just popped off. Gunkrab and Ayla, excuse me, I have worked it out this week. Gunkrab and Ayla dominated Mammoth Academy in game 2. And maybe we're coming back to that old playstyle where Chiefs Academy's bot lane is in charge, is in control. And after watching that semi-final last week, I start thinking that Gunkrab and Ayla are on their way back up.
It's just a strange decision to me because you're making such a big change to your team in such an important game. Now, while they have proven time and time again that they can carry games, that they can utilize those resources in Gunkrab and Ayla.
I mean, they did it once before, Tegan. They've made this change before, and
they made it out of necessity, though. This time, it is a conscious choice to take these somewhat risky picks, the Quinn and bot lane.
Because if Quinn falls behind, that's it.
Against Jhin and Alistar, Gunkrab is going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
No two ways about it. He's going to get out-traded by the Jhin. Alistar, if he ever gets a combo on Quinn, we're likely to see a summoner used and just to escape. It's so strange to me.
But in terms of the rest of the map influencing this bottom lane for Chiefs Academy, I mean, Orianna, the heal's there, and at the moment, okay. Tegan's just pointed something out to me. That's an Electrocute Quinn, as we see Guts poking his head into Swathe. But Electrocute has been hit hard this patch.
It has. That's why it's a curious decision. Electrocute is pretty much gone in terms of anyone taking it. It lost a lot of power. Swathe here, taking down Guts. No priority top or mid for Intuition means Swathe can be as aggressive as he wants.
Yeah, that's right. They're already pushing in, and this is going to lose a bit of patience soon. Swathe hoping that Guts just takes the brunt of the damage, and even with red buff, remember Swathe does not have one of his own. He can keep walking up. Patience finally wears thin, and Guts is just forced to back off.
Resetting the blue buff. Guts here being bullied around, and no one is coming to help him.
I guess you could say he's really butchering the jungle, Tiger.
I'm going to go past that. Chiefs Academy Swathe in Guts' house.
Press the attack. Flash bird by Guts. Out of an Olaf. It's not what you want.
And he's just going to stay there. Gromp is now his. Blue potentially gone as well. Fantix can't help. Hayri can't help. huge priority here for Swathe already. And we said before the game started, Swathe's aggression will push Guts to the limit.
And it seems like it doesn't matter what champion Swathe is on, he's going to provide that set aggression each and every game. And at the moment, our eyes were cast on the bottom lane, onto Gunkrab, onto Ayla. Suddenly, it's back up to Swathe as he's pushed Guts out with such an early flash. He's now a level ahead, and the topside jungle is completely gone apart from those wolves.
Swathe with complete control in the jungle. 20 CS to 8 already.
Yeah.
And now back in bot side, we see the problem for Quinn. Alistar, even when Quinn gets black shielded, doesn't care. He keeps walking forward, keeps slapping you in the face. Jhin, in the meantime, is hitting you as well.
Yeah.
Look at the health difference, the CS difference down bot already. It will only get more difficult as that 2v2 persists. And now Guts is getting ready to dive.
Well, he is still level 2, so at the very least he'll go to Gromp, but if Guts dives and this is unsuccessful, Chiefs Academy are going to find themselves ahead, but how?
Swathe is almost here as well. This cannot work for
Aladoric
Intuition.
level 4, Black Shield there, Flash immediately burned. Aladoric caught out on the backside, Swathe turning to the Alistar, and Gunkrab dodges away from the Deadly Flourish. Aladoric is in so much cow manure, and right now, Aladoric will walk into the turret, and Swathe gets first blood.
Once again, it is Swathe being the deciding factor for Chiefs Academy. Up in topside, forces out Guts' flash, completely resets his jungle, reads where Guts will go next, runs straight down bot, and the second they see Trundle, they have to give up on that dive.
Yep.
And they have to cut their losses. They do so wisely, but it results in first blood for Swathe.
Guts, such a passive jungler from what we've seen in the OCS so far, someone who's happy to let his lanes accelerate themselves, now tries to be proactive, and against Swathe, who forces that proactivity himself, you can see the combat difference.
I can't see this getting much better for Guts as well. Yes, Trundle lost a little bit of his scaling in this patch, but Olaf has never been a good scaling champion. He has always been the one you pick for the early aggression, the early brawls, and he's not winning those.
Yeah.
Yes, you can rely on the Azir and Gangplank as Intuition, but once again, like I said before, can you get to that point? Can you get to the Azir 2-3 items? The same for Gangplank. Can he safely get out of lane with 2-3 items?
At the moment, the Azir is able to bully out Omni, who's just getting forced back, but naturally as an Orianna, the range advantage does go to the Azir. And at the end of all trades, the Orianna doesn't feel too good, but only 10 CS behind, and not even that. You're looking at the jungle difference still, and Swathe is doing it again. Tegan, he's been spotted out by a ward, so Fantix just going to run out.
If he burns a flash here, it would be amazing.
Yep.
That ward by Fantix is great.
There's press the attack. He might actually have to do it nice and... I was going to say early, but maybe not, so Swathe gets another summoner.
Like I said, right there, you burn a flash, you're happy.
Yep.
You were scouted coming into that gank, and you still burnt a flash. That is pretty big. And it's just, again, Swathe being aggressive constantly, in your face all the time, and Guts cannot match it.
He's coming back. Fantix might be level 6, but Swathe at 5, Panda at 6. He's going to make the dive happen. Against the wall, the pillar's there. He'll flash out. Doesn't take the last turret shot. Guts comes in now, but misses the undertow. Will smack him down, and a flash out by Panda. The dive, bit hairy.
You still take those as Chiefs Academy. Look at that huge wave being denied from Fantix right now. No teleport as well. Really ballsy dive there from Swathe. Yes, they know he has no flash, but you still take so much damage diving.
Oh, meanwhile, Omni, actually there goes Emperor's Divide. Omni now has to shockwave him back, and that saves his life, but Hayri, with that level advantage, getting a bit cheeky in the mid lane.
Yeah, you know there's no one coming to help you.
Yep.
Either side. That is a pure 1v1. Hayri takes it easily. No summoners burnt, though, so it'll be a complete reset from both players. Just a little bit in your head there is Hayri for Omni. Just saying, yes, I win this 1v1. There is nothing you can do about it.
And Omni constantly getting burned out, and although Intuition across the map, they're failing a little bit. You look at that mid lane and you look at the dominance that Hayri is providing, and hopefully that escalates for them and they can play through Set Azir.
You say they're shaking a little bit, they're losing across the map, but I don't agree. Intuition's bot lane right now are carrying them as they've done so many times before.
Okay.
Already up 15 CS. Already have control of the wave. They're holding it here. This isn't Chiefs Academy pushing in. This is Intuition letting the wave settle there because they win brawls. Yes, Quinn is level 6, but that does not matter here. And the longer that's frozen, the worse it gets for Chiefs Academy. They need Swathe to come down, and they can't afford him to come down.
All right, looking at the second thought, Dream, almost 20 CS ahead, you're right. And Guts is just going to solo out this Infernal, completely blind. Infernal picked up for Intuition. Gold is even. What started out a bit hairy has been okay now.
Guts really pulling himself back into this game. Gets a trade kill up top. Now taking out an Infernal Drake on his own. It looked horrible from him to begin with. Swathe was bullying him everywhere. And finding those neutral objectives, nice and hidden. Finding ways to still be impactful when your opponent is bullying you so hard. That is the true test for a jungle, when you get set behind how you come back into a game.
And suddenly this second gank into the enemy jungle doesn't look so good. Guts procs Predator from the looks of it, but this blue buff second time around might be his as Isla going to face up with Curtain Call. Gunkrab has to block it, but Aladoric, only one-man knockup. Gunkrab, the last crit hit goes in, and Chiefs Academy bottom lane are suddenly low.
They're so low, and that is a very diveable lane with the Alistar. You don't need ultimate, even though he has it available, to dive them. Back up in topside Swathe again, forcing his way into the Intuition jungle. But it all comes back to this. Your lane for Chiefs Academy is top. That is where you're placing your resources. Your bot lane is being left to fend for themselves, thrown to the walls of Dream and Aldoric. And right now, they are not holding up.
Right. So although Panda's having a bit of the priority, it's being balanced out by Fantic just that little bit. Trading still going south, but in terms of CS, the gangplank will pretty much be even here. Response already coming through from Guts, and there's the Ragnarok straight onto Isla. Hayri's here too, and Isla just has to flash heal as well. They've burnt too much to back out now. Hayri will take the kill, and the response is topside. With Cannon Barrage drop down, Fantix will be the kill and the death. Now, first turret blood, the chase is on.
First turret blood will go to Chiefs Academy at this rate. They need to just sit here and hold the wave, keep pushing through. There is no action down in bot side from Intuition. They're not contesting this. And you take towers so quickly as the Trundle. The real race is, do you get it before Fantix can teleport up?
It looks like Fantix will be up in 5 seconds. You're right, that TP is available, and look at Aladoric. He's pathing there. So does the TP get through? I don't think it does. I think that's dead. So first turret blood, shared between Swathe, shared between Panda, and everyone's coming up.
Here comes Hayri, and it's just him. No one else is here.
No
Everyone
mana.
backed out.
There's no mana on Swathe. Hayri just going to be walked towards. They're going to take the fight. Emperor's Divide. Swathe is dead. Aladoric can't get through the wall, and it's one for a turret.
One for a turret, but it is first turret. Big gold there. It also was Fantix's teleport. Gunkrab here. The second this 4th bullets gone, Gunkrab goes in.
It's still there, though. Dream hits him. Gunkrab eager on the trigger. Blinded is the AD carry of Intuition, but the Curtain Call, a big response. Gunkrab dodges the second, the third, the fourth. Gunkrab gets tagged, and everything goes south.
Goes in before the 4th bullet runs out and pays the price. Yes, you win that initial trade, but Dream is going to back off and throw that ultimate every single time, and he is hitting his shots.
Yeah.
Easy kill for him.
So now Intuition, what the bottom lane turret was and will be are two very different things. This is dropping here, and the responses immediately come through. Intuition start off on a back foot, but you can say just as well, they've caught up, they've held some format of control, and it's through this bottom lane, which is now 40 CS ahead at 11 minutes in the game.
40 CS, a kill, and now a turret. Massive lead for Dream, and that has been what Intuition have tried to build for every game for the past month, is can Dream carry us? We'll give him the resources, we will play around him, we will build for it. Can he utilize those resources? And every time it has been yes, he can do it.
At the moment, he's kicking ass and taking names, and Gunkrab has just been crossed off the list. A level up on that 80 carry, and you saw then Chiefs Academy pick up the Rift Herald as a response after seeing that 1v1. Now with Dragon coming up in 2 minutes, more objectives coming onto the board, and mid lane turret seems to be the next way to go.
Your goal here with Rift Herald is to break mid. Azir, much like Anivia and other champions, clears mid lane so well, so effectively, and so safely that it is difficult to do so without something like Rift Herald, or like a neutral objective to contest and then bounce to later on. So we'll likely see it dropped in mid. Probably not for the Dragon because it is a Cloud Drake coming up and people generally don't prioritize it that much. Alternatively, in this specific situation, you could try and Rift Herald bot side. You know you lose this 2v2. If Guts is here, it gets even worse. You need to counteract somewhere. Swathe looks like he's starting to make up his mind. Might be running mid here.
I mean, there is some form of wave clear in this 2v2, but Guts is going to commit. Omni on the defensive against Hayri, and in the bot side, it's just Swathe. He's hitting red by himself, but Fantix, he's wise to the kill. He wants to take on Swathe. The barrel will be hit, and Fantix won't get the red buff. Swathe just walks away.
Red buff for top tower is not enough. Like I said, you need to find a place for that Rift Herald. Get it down and try and counteract, push a wave.
It's Gangplank ult. I think it was on the bot side there against Panda to delay the turret take. But you're right. Coming back to that Rift Herald T-gun. It's now being used. It's mid.
This feels like too little too late. And there is very little to really stop Harry for hitting this freely. Jhin is also already collapsing down. Alistar running down the mid lane as well. If Chiefs Academy overcommit here, they lose a fight.
Swaith's just going to walk back. That Rift Herald gets a mighty charge, but does not take the turret. Now Dream has joined his two friends of Intuition. And it's really about enabling that tempo again for Chiefs Academy. Halted every time by Intuition.
Another Rift Herald that just goes wayward. Doesn't really get what was necessary. When you don't take a tower with it, yes, it is quite low. But that is not a bait tower. And even if it dies, Harry's happy. He's a Zir. He throws down his own tower anyway.
We like bait turrets.
Sieging that for Chiefs Academy is going to be extremely difficult. You don't have a ball carrier for the Orianna either. So it is all on Omni's back to be aggressive and pressure out whoever from Intuition is defending. But we've seen so far, Harry in that 1v1 is pressuring out Omni.
Well, you can see that everyone just moved mid as that Cloud Drake was being taken. The next one will be Infernal, so expect to watch that in 6 minutes being a massive contention point. At the moment, that turret on a tick, and Chiefs Academy know it so well. Isla's sitting in the side brush, and they want to find a pick. They want Harry to step out, but with that Nash's Tooth now, that man is safe. He's feeling good. He can clear these waves.
For Chiefs Academy, they are going to live and die off a Morgana bind. There is nothing else that really picks for them.
Boy.
Panda starting to really punish Fantix in the side lane.
And Gunkrab's behind. He's level 8.
This is a dive. This is a free dive for Chiefs Academy.
They're just going straight onto Fantix. He doesn't have ulti used before. They jump in and Gunkrab deletes. Guts is coming in, but this turret is dead.
Finish the turret and back away. That's all they have to do. They get it pretty much for free. No answer for Intuition. Now they seem to be collapsing mid, but it is a 3v3 there. There is no tempo. Chiefs Academy, nice little pick off in the side lane. And once again, Panda into Fantix is trying to bully and assert his dominance in that 1v1.
And once again, in the early part of the game, Fantix is behind. This time, a champion that can scale and can still be relevant. Well, at the same time as before, right? When he was on the rise, fell so far behind. Did Fantix come back? Game 1 was no against iCups. Chiefs Academy on the Jace pick. That's, of course, a lethality Jace. Almost as his second item. And Fantix is starting to take some really unfavorable trades. So at the moment, Intuition, as we talked about, are starting to lose through their top side.
The saving grace for Intuition here is Jace is now going to start grouping with his team. That will give Fantix time to catch up and, equalize that power difference while Chiefs Academy try and get rid of this mid tower.
Dream just standing there. A bit of disrespect, I guess. Gunkrab has found Harry. Remember, Harry 2 levels ahead. But he will not be able to get the range for the Emperor's Divide.
Harry up in top gives up this mid tower.
Oh, it does.
Yes, you win that one if you want, sure. Gunkrab has no chance.
But it doesn't matter. You get nothing.
No trade for Intuition once again. And this is not the Intuition we saw throughout the regular split.
But it is the Intuition we've seen versing iCups. Change of pace, tempo, and momentum. Think about those 3 words, jumble them together, and at the moment you get Intuition. Guts has been put on the back foot and has slowly been trying to catch up. 20 CS behind. And their saving grace again is Dream, but nothing's really happening. With a Jhin who doesn't make use of the mid-game, what goes on? It's
not that bad. You have 2 incredible scaling champions, it's Zir and Gangplank.
Okay.
It's all about getting to their power spikes. And Gangplank, he's struggling. 0 items versus almost 2 on Jace. Like I said, it's about can you get there safely? Can you get there effectively? Right now, Panda, he's being aggressive, but he needs to find more. Your team needs to be helping you out. Look at right now Chiefs Academy's positioning. All of their wards, all of their power is topside. There is no vision bot side. And Panda, knowing that, has to respect the possibility of people flanking down and helping Fantix. Can't contest him in the wave.
Well, having said that, he does have 1 aggressive ward, but it's not going to be enough if Intuition climb their way through that jungle and start looking for that top laner of Chiefs Academy. Panda has TP if a fight breaks out, but so does Fantix. Level 11 and level 12 on both respective top laners. And that vision right now, covering enough to see where Intuition are going, especially since Baron's coming up in a minute 50, and there'll be more plays towards that top side.
We are starting to see how both teams are approaching this game. Gunkrab is being thrown into a side lane. They are 1-3-1ing on Chief Academy's side.
Yep.
Gunkrab one side, Panda the other side. You have your 3-man unit sort of grouping up and forcing a reaction from Intuition. Whereas Intuition, they do not want to really opt into that. Yes, they've sent Harry up to top side to deal with Gunkrab, but they keep trying to form this 4-man unit, leaving Fantix off to his own and look for fights, look for engages. They're just not finding any yet.
It's just not feeling right because bottom lane priority dying again. Guts running in, but Swaith has already got the red buff. Omni and Swaith are already out, but they finally engage. It's onto Panda and Isla, the squishiest members of the team. Shockwave will come in, but Guts is unstoppable. Cannon Barrage on the team, and Isla's just trying to make his way out. One hit, one flash, Dream, one kill. Hayri comes back in, and Omni gets locked down, but Hayri will not re-engage. Gunkrab's not even in the fight.
Yeah, Chiefs Academy, they didn't turn as a team. They turned one by one, trying to get everyone out, trying to cut their losses. Didn't do it effectively. Intuition, they finally find that fight they've so desperately been looking for. Big swing for them. Now they have control of the game. They have the gold lead.
Yep.
Fantix in the side lane, still at a detriment. But it's getting better for him. Now has his Trinity Force finished. Your team now has control in the other side, in the 4-man unit, so they can start baiting on Baron, baiting on neutrals, pushing into your jungle. And Panda is going to have to react. He's going to have to teleport. He's going to have to roam, which isn't where he wants to be.
But speaking of a neutral, when you work your way forward about 20 minutes further in this game, if we stick at a neutral T-Gun, how does it play out?
Intuition win. Azir and Gangplank with 4 items, 5 items. Are you kidding me?
I am not. Thank you.
They will be incredible. Yes, there is still, fights that you can win as Chiefs Academy. Orianna gets a massive shockwave. Yes, you're going to win that fight if she gets all 5 members. But it is a pipe dream. You do not want to let it get to that position. Even in 1-3-1 scenarios, which is what Chiefs Academy are going to really opt to and default to, you are going to struggle. Harry is too strong in that side lane.
Isla misses the bind. They want to take it anyway. Harry's out, though. Bit of mis-execution there from Chiefs Academy, and you can see they don't want it to get to that point, T-Gun. Accelerating the game. And continuing to do it with now Infernal up as well.
Last week on Pyke, Isla could not miss. He hit everything. And this week, it is completely different.
Bit of nerves. Red team will get it. That is the Chiefs Academy 2-man shockwave. Omni now getting out of range. Swaith will take this one up as the only front line. Infernal for no cost.
Risky there for Omni. Throws the shockwave and runs past everyone. Pays no respect to anyone on Intuition. Fantix, however, not there for the fight. Doesn't throw his ultimate and cancels the
Cool
TP.
guys don't look at shockwaves, T-Gun. Learned that over the series. But Omni, although he's passionate about his Orianna, and that note he has caught up. And at this point, that's good news. For Chiefs Academy, their mid laner was getting hard shoved in, and he is 300 gold behind, but the natural gold coming out of Intuition, plus the fact that Hayri has 2 kills, is going to be a big merit. But Omni, at a stable point in the game for maybe the first time.
Well, it all comes back to the fact that Dream is currently about 1,500 gold ahead of his laning opponent. The only other real big difference is in the jungle, in Guts and Swaith, but that is not going to matter in fights. Panda is ahead, but not by much. Gangplank naturally going to keep up in gold. He is going to scale quite well, if not better, than the Jace. Hayri going to do the same in mid. Chiefs Academy are finding things, small things, like that dragon. But it isn't enough to justify the difference in scaling here. And it's something I hate talking about. I hate saying that you get outscaled. But it is never truer than right now when your team has picked Azir Gangplank, 2 of the best scaling champions in the game.
Champions who, at one point, just do not have good laning phases. And we can see that was very true when Fantix got bullied apart. And, that was just not fun whatsoever. But for Harry in the mid lane, there's 2 item Azir already. 22 minutes in the game. And Baron is now up. Not that that's going to be looked at for, the next 10 minutes.
Well, I disagree.
Yeah.
Azir does an incredible amount of damage to Baron.
That he does.
If you want to, as Chiefs Academy, keep sitting in this 1-3-1, keep trying to just stall out the game and look for things in side lanes. If you then commit to Fantix on a side lane, Intuition will go onto the Baron. They will force on that objective to help Fantix.
Fantix knows there's a Quinn there. He saw it through vision down in that bottom brush. Gunkrab's just waiting. The acceleration continues. Fantix, he knows he's about to get dove, and I think everyone from Intuition let's just start Baron if it happens.
He's too wise. He's sitting back playing so safely, I mentioned it in the draft phase that he keeps picking Gangplank because of its utility like this. It can play so safely in a side lane in
pressure.
1v2 situations.
Yeah.
Intuition, however, aren't getting much done in that 4-man setup. Yep. Harry went and cleared the side lane. Now they are starting to get vision on their own, starting to push into Chief Academy's jungle. But it's still just not an answer. It's just a stagnant game. And that does benefit Intuition. But you have to say, could they be getting more? This isn't the decisive Intuition we saw during the regular split. They're second-guessing themselves. They're playing very safely.
Yep. Chiefs Academy, meanwhile, are trying to get something going, but Intuition are just denying it each time. Aladoric wants the engage, but Swaith knocks him up and is just suddenly turned into a fight. Swaith walking forward. They find the Alistar, who uses the Unbreakable Will. Swaith's locked down, but Harry's going to start digging in. The Trundle, the new target, is the tank blocked now by the mid laner and the support. The rest of the shots miss, and Intuition are happy to, once again, elongate the game.
Again, no ultimate from Gangplank, no teleport used. You almost caught someone, but nothing happened. All that's happening for Intuition is the game is scaling. Gangplank is getting more gold, now has 2 items. Azir is starting to get to the point where he's going to output an incredible amount of damage on priority targets and neutral objectives.
Put it this way, Tegan. At the moment, Intuition still have so much map control. And even though it's not the point where they naturally outscale, it feels like the process has definitely started coming into fruition. Baron vision is now completely dark for both teams, but Intuition controlled that area for such a long period of time. Chiefs Academy getting denied moving past that river, and the bot side felt like the only place they could go, with topside Baron control once again, as you see here, going back to Intuition.
This is all Intuition need to fight over. Fantix, while he's playing pretty dark with no wards down on the bot side, he doesn't care if he gets ganked and dies. If he baits out that 1v2 and can buy his team time, they will get Baron. They will get the important objective.
They're pinging. They're coming in. Fantix collapsing. But Predator used by Guts, and Omni just walks out. So you can see Intuition are trying something, but we are into a very passive game.
They're trying something, but they're being passive about it. And already, we're talking about game length previously.
You know why, though, Tegan, right?
This is 26 minutes already.
You know why this is so passive. We're in the grand final of the OCS. We're into the game or the series that defines who you are as a team. The best team for our Challenger League moving up to the OPL and versing either, at the moment, Avant Gaming, excuse me, or Tectonic.
Well, you want to talk about nerves, because that's the crux of the issue here, is people being nervous and not wanting to take fights. Fantix is as veteran as they come. He has been in some incredibly difficult and high-pressure situations.
I mean, so is Guts by that regard, although not as veteran. He's got the experience under his belt.
It's nowhere near the same level, but the real point I'm trying to make is, for someone with that experience, you cannot sit back and say, we were nervous so we didn't take the fights. We were nervous so we didn't force on objectives. He has to step up to the plate, command his team. And if he's doing that right now and just says, hey, we can take a stable stack in the game, then it's fine for Intuition. It's just not the Intuition we're used to seeing.
No, Intuition, speaking of the devil, will get collapsed on here. Infernal goes down, but Swaith wants to take the fight. In
What's
the pit,
the ball?
the teleport's there. Orianna Shockwave ready to be used. Swaith walking forward. Dream and Guts have to flash out of the back of the pit. Intuition now taking the re-engage with the curtain call, and Chiefs Academy okay to let this go into Swaith. Infernal, cost is Intuition lose 3 flashes.
They didn't get the Infernal. Chiefs Academy got it.
They did too. Tegan, you are a smart man.
Chiefs Academy.
Jay stole it, excuse me.
They were there in time to fight. Intuition had to be ready for that. Now Intuition looking to fight.
Aladoric just missed the headbutt pulverize. They go on to Hayri on the backside there, but Swaith and Gunkrab now have to flash away. Gunkrab really has to get out, but Omni on the side wants to take the fight, goes in face first for some reason. Hayri's in on the side. He's found Gunkrab, but he just goes to his death. Chiefs Academy get the shutdown they want, and it's onto the Azir.
It is not a clean fight, but Chiefs Academy at the end of it clean up, get the kill on Hayri. There isn't much they can take off the back of it. You always want to look to gain something from a fight, but here, the best you're going to get is vision. Look at the health bars. You are all quite low, whereas Intuition still relatively healthy.
Yeah.
Get the vision, back out, reset as a team, but take the notion with you. We can still win fights.
28 minutes in. Scaling was a word on the tip of our tongue, but it was not used in that fight. Fantic's now level 16, same as Panda. And that one slipped my mind in that fight. Panda snuck in a Shock Blast with Acceleration Gate and stole away the Infernal. Double Infernal now for Chiefs Academy. And although you have a comp that, yes, might get outscaled, that double Infernal, I say each one puts about 3 minutes on the timer.
Well, I would just say it helps you in those late game scenarios. I'm not going to say it gives you time. It just means at those 6-item scenarios, you have more of a chance. Instead of needing a 5-man Shockwave, perhaps you can skate away with a 4-man Shockwave.
Oh.
Perhaps you skate away with just hitting Azir and Jhin, hitting priority targets and blowing them up. You have a little bit of more power behind your abilities, behind the priority targets that you need to hit. And for Panda especially, you're poking with Shock Blast, you're poking, trying to hit Jhin and Azir. Even if it's just like 3%, 5% more damage, it's a significant amount if you're hitting the right targets.
And that damage is going to be huge anyway. That's triple lethality Jace. That's Knight's Vow as the 3rd item from Panda. If Dream or if Hayri gets hit with one of those accelerated Shock Blasts, that's half, maybe 3/4 of their health gone. That starts a fight. That gets Chiefs Academy the edge.
Without a doubt. But look at bot side. Fantix is still not grouping. He has closed the level gap. He has closed the item gap. Now, in that 1v1 down bot lane, if you ever go back to it, it is not a sure thing. It is not where you can just rely on Panda to sit there and exert pressure. You have grouped him for so long that Fantix has caught up. You need to start turning that into something. Blue buff, jungle control, pretty big, but start baiting on Baron in situations like this.
Well, that's going to be the call. Chiefs Academy walking out of it now, but they walk into Vision. Intuition are collapsing on the mid lane for now 5 members when Hayri comes up. The inner track, Intuition have it. No minion wave just yet.
No gun crab. He's up top. He's playing the split push role.
He's continuing it. He was going to back, but he's staying top.
If you can defend here with Orianna, maintain vision on the opponents, you are fine.
Oh.
Shock Blast finally hits and decimates Dream.
Not as much damage as I thought it would be, but it's still quite enough. That's the Sun turret going down, folks. Don't get too excited.
It did half his health. That is more than enough damage.
You're expecting the old school Nidalee spear. You know? That's what you're expecting. Alodoric actually stayed mid.
Oh,
He's
no.
stuck in the pillar. He pops the ultimate, but he is going to die here. Alodoric, unfortunate, but Chiefs Academy, they'll definitely take that.
The perfect pillar.
You don't see that, not even in movies.
Pixel perfect. Sticks him to the wall. Can't even go around. He's just stuck. Can't do anything.
That's unfortunate. Alodoric stuck against the wall and a wall. Chiefs Academy, they sit around Baron, and I mean, Intuition have to face check this. But look at the vision control.
Guts
going back, and Guts will pop Ragnarok, but the damage is coming out. He turns onto Crab, but he's already dead. Excuse me. One more to bite the dust.
Now, Chiefs Academy, they need to do something. You got 2 big picks. Force on Baron. Make your opponents contest. Yes, you have to deal with Gangplank Ultimate. There it is. Is that enough to get you off Baron?
I mean, it is enough to get Gunkrab off. On the backside, Fantix comes in. Big barrel onto Swathe. He's straight onto Omni. Fantix will get Shockwave, but he's taking the fight himself. Gunkrab kills him eventually, but Hayri's already back in. Panda's clean up the 80 carry. It's a 2v1, but the Shock Blast, deletion, Panda for the double.
Intuition stopped the Baron, but Chiefs Academy win the fight. The picks end up turning into a gigantic team fight. You don't get the neutral objective, but you're still forcing Intuition to take fights they don't want. You're forcing them into situations they don't want to be in. And if you can keep that up, keep up the tempo in a situation like this, you nab another dragon, make Elder Dragon a new threat.
Immediately off the ground, Chiefs Academy, they make a decision. It was the right decision. Gunkrab survives the fight. And Panda off the side, these 2 damage threats are just deleting these members, these squishy members of Intuition. Tegan, let's have a look at this again.
You're on Baron, you're taking so much damage. Fantix 1v3's your backline. But on the other side, watch Panda on Dream. Takes him down, not a problem. Heal burnt doesn't save you. Harry almost saves it for Intuition. Almost the hero they needed.
Panda's the influence again.
Just not enough, and it all comes down to who did you give the reins to early on. Panda for Chiefs Academy, currently dragging them through these fights. Gunkrab, who had a horrible early game. Dismal has come back into the game.
Yeah.
That split push presence now in fights. He is a threat. 3 items on the Quinn. You settle back into a 1-3-1 for Chiefs Academy, you're happy.
You're sitting back at Baron, though. Although the 1-3-1 is the opportunity you want to take, Chiefs Academy still around this Baron pit, still ready to force. In that replay, they got the Cloud Drake. So double Cloud, double Infernal, making that Elder I was going to say a Mammoth. I changed it to Monster. I'll say it. It's going to be a Mammoth of an Elder Drake.
Can they get it? Will it be like Baron?
Swaith caught out. He's going to have to use the Subjugate. That'll heal him up, but Swaith is already dead. Now for Guts. Wants to take the fight. Aggressively, Fantix comes in. Isla has to flash, and sorry, Ayla just gets deleted too. Chiefs Academy caught out with their pants down.
What was Swaith doing there? All on his lonesome. Now Chiefs Academy need to try and pull the hero steal.
For Guts. The damage is there. He snipes him down. Baron deletes him, does the final job. And Chiefs Academy Baron now for Gunkrab on the backside. He's straight into Hayri. Gets deleted with Emperor's Divide. But Panda and Omni have killed Aladoric. Everyone from Intuition panics, runs away. And Panda is a truly sorrying menace. The Shockwave back onto Fantix. They're going to take him too. Panda's ready to fight Dream. He says, come at me, mate. I've got a big hammer.
Panda threads the needle at Baron to take down Guts, the most important member. Intuition kept on Baron. I was worried Omni was going to steal it. I thought that was going to happen. Instead, they catch more people. Gunkrab on the top side baits them away. They stopped the Baron, and now Chiefs Academy starting it themselves.
Really, for Chiefs Academy, I would not expect it to be this back and forth at this stage of the game. One pick on Swaith, merited Intuitions engage, and now we're here, back in front of that Baron, which will not be stolen at this rate. 2K, 1K, and it's gone. Chiefs Academy secure the Baron for the first time this series.
Isla blocks the Jin W, no chance for stealing. Harry and Jin just not fast enough, don't have the speed. Now with Baron, you have Elder Dragon coming up soon as well. Your goal isn't to end the game with this Baron, as great as that would be for Chiefs Academy. You know that the lead is not that substantial. You want to exert so much map control, so much pressure, take down the standing objectives, all three inners still on the table. Potentially put pressure up on top inhibitor, and then move to Elder Dragon. That is your game over card. 4 dragons. You've had so much control on this objective. You got a great steal earlier on. That is where you cash it all in.
Chiefs Academy, their split has been clean. They're only lost to Intuition, and they face off once again. 35 minutes in, and Chiefs Academy, they're starting to go, right, let's keep accelerating this game with the way things are going, because they are running out of time still.
Intuition engaging here in the middle.
They still want to take the fight. They found Swaith once again, who is just going to be rooted up. Shockwave can't even save him, and although they get close to Guts, that's another pick there. They've also found Gunkrab, who just has to flash. Fantix wants to go over the wall, but he's a little bit too late.
You aren't setting it up enough, patiently enough for Chiefs Academy.
Yeah.
Swathe there, again, overextended. Has to be just cut your losses, say, Swathe, it sucks, but you're going to die here. Chiefs Academy wanted to be in a 1-3-1, couldn't get it set up, and now with Baron are on the back foot.
That's right, 1 Baron buff down, 4 to go. That's what Intuition is saying in the back of their minds. At 36 minutes, time still a factor. That just delays the game even further.
Is this the longest game for Intuition at this point?
So their longest game of the split so far is 33 minutes and 50 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
So Chiefs Academy pushing them
35.
to the longest game. Yes, Intuition have planned for this.
Yep.
2 hyperscaling champions. Very happy to be in this situation.
One of the longest games this split to add to that as well.
But you still see Chiefs Academy, they're pushing them to their limits. Intuition, they were proven to be mortals against Icubs. Gunkrab here in the side
Can
lane.
he do this?
I don't think so. Harry has ultimate.
He's got 3 items. Hayri's backing. Gunkrab either trying to pick him out by surprise.
Does he catch him shopping?
No. Oh, he does. Oh, he does. Go straight in. Deleted.
He got caught browsing.
At the last second.
Caught at the supermarket.
Oh, no.
Now, with Baron, that is massive. That's an inhibitor. Run it down mid. You might even end the game.
Chiefs Academy get 1 pick. Harry has 45 seconds, and Gunkrab, the hero that they need and that they deserve. The inhibitor's theirs. Intuition have to back off.
Gunkrab, he's tried time and time again for those side lane picks. Finally gets Harry.
They want to end it.
They want to end.
They're on the Nexus turret right now. 1 drops. 1 locked down. Aladoric, he's now forced in a corner. Swaith hits him, and against the Nexus, they're taking the fight. Intuition, again, their second loss of the split. Chiefs Academy on match point. to go to the OPL promotion tournament.
All it took was one pick. One pick from Gunkrab. So often he was in those side lanes, unable to get the job done. Finally find someone.
At 1 second, like Hayri was 1 second away. Now, if you hit someone when I think it's 0.5 seconds of their back, they will return. The perfect window. Gunkrab steals it away. Hayri drops. And from there, suddenly, one win for the Chiefs.
37
You hate to
minutes.
see it.
No. 37 minutes. You expect Azir and Gangplank to take over a game.
Yeah.
To just be too strong to deal with. That wasn't the case. You baited Hayri out into the side lane, forced that 1v1 with Quinn, which I guarantee was their game plan. Get Gunkrab into 1v1 situations, let him side lane, let him split push, and it pays off eventually. They just tried it time and time again. We've seen that throughout the split from other teams. You just stick to an objective. QUT with Baron comes to mind, where you just do it again and again until it works.
Years ago, yeah.
And Gunkrab, I tell you what, he had a poor laning phase. There's no two ways about it. He did not look strong.
Yeah.
But he won the game for Chiefs Academy there.
37 minutes. Chiefs Academy take game one. Intuition on the back foot once again. Will it be the same versus Dire Cubs, or will we see a 2-0 on our hands, or even a game three? We're going to find out after this 5-minute break. And welcome back to the OCS Grand Finals. What do I call it? Who knows? Jake Hysterics, Penko, Bradley Teague, Seymour. We're on to Game 2 after an epic win by Chiefs Academy, who, the second seed, have already started with a charge.
Yeah, we'll give away your slip of the tongue here.
Thanks.
Chiefs Academy taking a win. First game. Now, I thought it was close to a 50-50 coming in, but it still feels so surreal seeing Intuition lose. It's just, they had such a dominant regular season that when they lose, it's still such a shock to me. And you got to give it to Chiefs Academy. They came in with a game plan that game. I might not have agreed with it. I didn't really like the draft. Every time they gave Gunkrab something a little silly, a little off-meta, Swain, Jace, he hasn't looked great.
But they got there.
On Quinn, laning phase didn't look great, but once he got out of that side lane pick that won them the game was all on him.
So we're going to things change around, though, because Chiefs Academy, that game, red side. This time, Chiefs Academy have elected for blue side. So this is the only game where they get side selection, and things are going to be changing up a little bit. We saw the priority on blue side from Intuition that they wanted to put on, okay, let's ban Brom. Let's make sure we start banning away the support pool.
Well, Chiefs Academy, they banned Rakan. Do they think that is first pick worthy? Or was that specifically banned out because of the strategy they wanted to play?
Yeah.
They weren't playing a team fight comp. They were playing this really 1-3-1, let's try and pick the sides, let's try and not engage you. Rakan obviously has great engage. You might as well remove that from your opponent's sort of arsenal. Do you leave it open? Do you first pick it? Or do we see Chiefs Academy ban it again? Just play the same sort of style?
Because remember, it changes in best of threes. The adaptation to make in a series is now looking at, all right, what was such a more than subpar pick, really, that changed the game. You don't go and look and say, oh, we got to ban Quinn. But then do you? Do you start saying, was that the pick?
I don't think anything in that game is ban-worthy.
Yeah?
No one champion by their kit, by their playstyle, really changed that game.
But see, do you look at that and say, we banned Ornn, should we then change to ban Gangplank? Although it wasn't that big of a pick, it is still Fantix's bread and butter.
Yeah, like you can change things like that, but it's not because Gangplank was oppressive. It's not because Gangplank was carrying the game. It's because you just want to force opponents onto weaker champions. And it's like, you could go with the same strategy for Chiefs Academy. Obviously it worked. It worked quite well. There was never really a point in that game where they looked like they had completely lost control.
Yeah.
There were some times where they got caught out, where they weren't on the same page. Swaith especially. There were a couple times where he was just caught in no man's land. Had no reason to be there.
They played through the side we said they would. They dictated the game from that top side. And although Gunkrab got a game-winning pick to really just force out Intuition, that top side of the map is what changed everything. Again, Panda the strength, and arguably Intuition's Fantix the weakness.
Yeah, it was Panda got you to that point. Panda made it so the game was winnable. Panda gave you the opportunity to find that pick to win the game. So while I have said, and I still say it, Gunkrab won them the game, Panda was the reason he could do that. Panda enabled him, much like support players or supports in general will enable things like Morgana looking for picks, looking to initiate fights. You're never going to be the hero that wins the game for your team, lands the shockwave, something like that. But you are the one that sets it up. So Panda does that job this game, keeps him in the game, pushes Fantix in, constantly made sure he couldn't fight.
As in that same regard, I'm going to cut you off because I'm going to look at bot side for Intuition. You know, I want to make sure we're being favoured as... Yeah, see, Tegan, now we're already in a champ select.
Well, we can still look at bot side.
Okay, for that same regard, Dream and Aladoric, and I'd even say Hayri, with the interesting Azir pick, got them to the point of contesting Chiefs Academy in that mid to arguably late game.
I would say it was primarily Dream.
Okay.
Once again, great showing from him in ADC. Pushes Gunkrab and Isla in, gets the kill down bot lane, huge CS lead early on. Don't need to change anything down bot. Played perfectly down there, very happy. Yes, you can make tweaks, you can go to something like Ashe potentially, more reliable
or
engage.
Even Ezreal, a Dream speciality.
Go back to Varus, which we saw him play quite well.
Absolutely. Do we see the time Kench coupled with it? At this point, we're not too
I
sure.
would not expect it.
But
you can still play it, but you have to be so conservative with your Devour now.
But you can see this time the priority shifted. Chiefs Academy, what was a first blue side pick last time in the Alistar, has been banned away alongside Hayri's Yasuo, targeting out the mid lane a bit more. Akali, of course, a must ban. Nocturne as well. And 2 support bans there for Chiefs Academy.
It's really surprising to me that they're banning out these tanky supports. Like I said, Alistar and Braum are the S-tier supports. But I guess they aren't A-list supports. He doesn't prioritize them, doesn't play them.
Morgana, Pyke, he sits on a different variation. So arguing that, Isla just wants to put his head in a different game.
Yes, it changes the playstyle. Yes, it changes the game. but it's also leaving open so many things.
Yep.
Zoe left open. Talia left open. Both of these champions are so influential. We've seen them time and time again.
Wow.
Rise gets through as well.
First pick, though.
Yeah, that one to me. Look, if it gets
upsetting
through,
spaghetti.
you know Intuition are picking it. You know that they're taking it straight away, no matter what. It's
Yep.
going mid, it's going top, you don't really know.
But Omni's
it is
great,
going to
right?
get picked.
Like, arguably, with Hayri and Fantix on the other side, you go, right, Omni's great. Let's get rid of it because that's such a big flex for Intuition.
Yes, it is a pick that you take because of Intuition.
Okay.
But you are backing yourself into a corner. Forcing yourself to first pick a champion purely because the opponents are great on it.
Okay.
Now, they answer with Syndra, potentially Kindred here as well.
But you don't know where the Rise is going in the time being.
Well, we can safely
You don't-
assume it's mid.
You don't think it's the same as Fantix?
No.
All right. So Syndra obviously going to be the pick to oppose it, but with the Kindred the first time in the series and first time, I think, in the semifinals and now as well, Swathe will go on one of his cornerstone champions in Graves.
Yeah, back to the Graves. We've seen him time and time again be extremely effective on it.
We have.
I would love to see him go back to Talia. It's something we saw him play in the early days before it became perma-banned.
Well,
But-
at this point, if we see a game 3, you can ask that. But at the moment, that ain't a
Maybe.
Graves ADC.
Off. If it's Chiefs Academy, you
Oh,
never know.
Hey, speaking of cornerstones, though, Pyke, one of the
Yep.
few people in the OCS this split that would ever play it. I'd say the only one. Isla's Pyke locked in the third and final pick. Intuition respond with Shen.
I would say Pyke would likely be banned in the second phase as well. That's why it's being picked up here.
Yep.
If it isn't picked, Intuition take their support, double ban supports, probably Pyke and Morgana if I'm looking at Isla's champion pool. On the other side, they take Shen. That is still a flex. It's a very Fantix-esque champion. And when I say that, I mean it plays safe, it plays well in an off lane, still influences the map, even if you do not win top.
Especially if at the moment he's not having that same carry threat that he did in the OPL.
Once again, top ban's coming out as well. Riven the first one, so your Rise top estimation probably not going to happen.
Yeah, look, no, I was a bit ambitious with that one. But, I mean, Chiefs Academy actually banned Jace, thinking that Fantix or Hayri will look towards it as well.
For me, one champion that's gone through every draft and has been an influential top champion that won't get banned here, I guarantee that, is Gnar.
Yeah.
Do you go back to Gnar as Panda? You can build that with a pure split push carry mentality and still be effective in teamfights.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Nas had so much impact here, and we're watching the Die Cups, watching Topoon get some massive Nar ultis off. Camille, the final ban, another flex that's going to be taken away from Intuition. Now, where are we going in the top side of the map? Is that truly a Shen top, or...
I think you take your AD or your support here. We have
Or
to
not.
assume Shen is support now. GP
well, you have
picked
to,
up
'cause it's
again.
the GP.
What do you pick as Chiefs Academy to punish GP? Jace worked well in the first game, banned out now. So many tops got the axe here. Camille, Aatrox, Riven also banned.
Did they back themselves into a corner in Chiefs Academy?
Darius still open.
Oh, maybe
Another
not.
champion you picked quite a lot of success.
Yeah.
Do you take that? Do you opt for something else? Like I said, I would love to see Gnar. I think it is a champion that gives you the best of both worlds.
Well, there it is.
They lock it
and
in.
against Gangplank, that can be oppressive.
Now, last time they picked Pyke, they took Ezreal, and made a lot of sense to me. You take a champion that plays safe on its own, Pyke then is enabled to roam, get out of the lane.
Or do you want that carry threat? I mean, you still get it with Ezreal, yes.
Not to the same extent as
Kai'Sa.
say, a Kai'Sa, a Varus, and Ashe.
Gunkrab made his name on Kai'Sa in the OPL. Now, Chiefs Academy, their final pick, they're going to a mage bot lane. T-Gun in disgust. Absolute disgust.
Every time they've done this, every single time, it has not looked good when they go to off-meta bot lanes. They go to Swain, they go to Jace, they go to Quinn, and every time in lane, they look weak.
Yep.
Why do you keep going back to it?
Well, look, Chiefs Academy topside priority again. We talk about it. Putting Gunkrab on this Swain most likely, unless it's Omni going to be mid with it. Very
no.
unlikely.
Well, I mean, potentially Rise has been seen bot lane as
Right.
well. Intuition, let's shift over there for a
Yep.
second.
Ezreal.
Ezreal picked up. Now, one of the better champions to avoiding Swain. You're going to get CC locked by Pyke Swain for forever. The second you get caught by one thing, you are locked in position until you die, essentially.
Yep.
But to me, that limits Dream's capabilities to carry your team. Why not take something like Zarya here, is my question. We've seen him be so effective on it, so often.
Game 2 against Dire Cubs, a very composed game on Zaya in that regard. But, I mean, you do have the Shen. You do have a response to that bottom lane, but more of an engaged response until level 6 where you blow your global map pressure on saving your AD carry. That's not what you want.
The real important thing here, to just completely shift now.
No,
again,
go for it, go for it.
Kindred on Guts.
Yeah.
He is such a passive jungler in recent games. He hasn't really been contesting objectives, trying to get in your face. Now on Kindred, he has to contest. He has to go for the marks. Until you get about 5 marks as Kindred, you're not really comfortable. You don't have the range, you don't have the capabilities and fights that you want.
Sure.
So every time a mark spawns, Swathe is going to be there. Who do you contest with for Guts?
Aggression versus passiveness. Guts has been the passive jungler. Swathe has been the aggressive jungler. But now Chiefs Academy, they're 1 game off of going to the OPL promotion tournament. Can Intuition take us to a game 3, or is it going to be a complete shutout? We find out now as we jump onto Summoner's Rift.
Are we going to see shades of the Die Cub series? The first game, exactly like the first game against Die Cubs, where it was a close game for so long till a huge fight happened and Intuition, they got put down. And now, game 2, Die Cub series was a 25-minute stomp by Intuition. They got more comfortable champions, bullied around the opponents. I don't see that here for Intuition. I don't see bot lane bullying. I don't see that happening top either. The only lane I really see bullying is Hayri. Is that enough to help Guts contest objectives and get his marks?
I mean, Hayri's just been such a big influence throughout the OCS. But to that regard, Omni earlier in the split when they were playing through bot side of the map, that's when Omni unleashed. In the previous weeks, he's just been following and enjoying the ride. Panda on the top side, he's picked up Nah. There's going to be an Ayri Nah. And we've got a grasp on Fantix as well.
Summon Ayri did get a little bit of a nerf.
Yep.
A little bit less damage, a little bit more shielding. But it's still the go-to pick for a lot of poke champions. It was only a slight nerf. It's going to be the difference of maybe 40, 50 damage over the course of poking your opponent in lane. It still makes sense to pick it on the Nah.
You see Guts goes straight to Raptors there. He started in the red buff and a slower leash when you're starting in that top side, but will eventually even out. For Swathe, said it was a cornerstone, this champion pick, and I think a lot of people would agree with me here. Swathe has just been so good on the Graves.
He has taken over games on Graves when he gets a small early lead.
Yeah.
Not contesting the first mark, can't really expect him to. Just splitting the map, taking your own side. But to me, we saw Swathe early on last game get into top and try and punish Fantix. That is a very real possibility here. Clear top side, blue, crab, then end up top. If Panda manages his rage bar correctly, Fantix is going to have to burn that flag.
Fantix, remember, he's already used his trinket, so he doesn't have a ward available. So it can be very deadly, very fast. And with a Nah, explosive ganks as a first blood. So many times we've seen that. Just gets me excited once again.
Fantix has been really smart with his barrels here, though. He isn't pushing in, he isn't being pushed in, but he is zoning out Panda by just having his barrels up, sort of contesting minions here and there, and just making sure the Nah doesn't get too comfortable. And now Swathe is probably going to look to go in on Syndra here just because of where he is.
Well, he's going towards the jungle instead. Now pass in, but he's not too sure what he's doing.
Maybe it's hesitant there.
Because the ward's been dropped there, but that's not in tries. So if Swathe makes the invade and then goes to topside, Fantix will not see it coming.
And Fantix is starting to push further and further up. Panda, he doesn't want to break into Mega Nah here, but he has to contest this wave. He can't simply let himself be shoved in, because then warning bells go off in your head as Fantix. You say to yourself, why is he letting me punish him? Why is he letting me push in?
Yep. Fantix still feeling confident anyway. Mega Nah is going to come through, barrel hits, and here comes the gank. Panda knocks him down, but he needs to survive before Swathe gets there. Flash is available for the Gangplank. He's going to have to use it at some point. End of the line. Fantix flash soon, or at least eat an orange. Who cares? He'll burn him out. Fantix just walks through.
Casually walks away. The wave was too big for Panda to help. Didn't get the double bounce. Didn't really get in on the Mega Nah. And Fantix avoids the gank very easily. And now Guts here. Deep teleport from Fantix.
Now Swathe is level 4, but at half health. Here's the TP, and it's going to be straight onto Swathe. Flashes away immediately, and Guts can't get in time. But a summoner burnt by the jungler of Chiefs Academy.
Completely different to the first game. Guts now able to get a good counter gank off. Now bot side, Guncrab in trouble.
I'm not sure what's going to work out well, but First Blood goes over to Dream. Now he has to escape, and quite easily so, as Isla's already disengaged the fight.
And Guncrab caught a little too deep there. Ezreal showing superior mobility. They get the kill. Now Isla looking real tricky here.
I mean, Guncrab is coming back in. It's not watered. They don't know he's there, but Dream now has to get out of dodge. Ayla straight back in, misses the hook. Alidoric saves him, and Gunkrab is dead again. Ayla came back in, but only to die. Intuition, a very different start. They'll dive this, they'll get a double onto the Shen, and immediately the bot lane is right where they want to be.
Exactly like the Dire Cub series. They take the first game to Chiefs Academy. The second game, Intuition, complete control. The wake-up call is all it was. They come back, reset mentally, look better than ever in Game 2.
The Mage bot lane, 20 CS behind. And although Gunkrab hopes that this lane goes as passive as possible, as neutral as possible, so he can make that mid-game his, he is now 1,000 gold behind. Dream's going to go back. I think he's already gotten that tier, Sheen, and the Shen. The Shen is 800 gold up on Pyke.
1,000 gold at 5 minutes. That is insane. That is way too much gold. Sheen and Tier.
Yep.
Both important early game items. Now, Ezreal generally doesn't bully around in lane. With that item disadvantage, he will absolutely dictate the pace of the lane from here on.
I mean, Ayla pulled in Alidoric from memory. Alidoric gets the taunt and it just turns. The amount of pressure now being exerted as Alidoric will miss this one, but because of that back going straight to the eye, an eye at 5 minutes, then suddenly it's okay.
From here on, you have to play bots so passively and just concede CS so often. You can't contest as Gunkrab and Ayla. You simply have to let Intuition push you in, get whatever CS you can, whatever charity you are given. Now, in the previous game, Swathe ganked top. They were effective in shutting down Fantix, generating a lead up there. We aren't seeing that this game. Fantix has a CS lead. There is no answer for Chiefs Academy so far.
Harry just walking down, Swathe losing control of his own jungle, but this one's not going to be spotted out. Harry is down here for a different purpose in mind. Here comes Guts as well. 4 versus 2. Swathe is here, but it's not going to be in time. Taunt under the turret, Cannon Barrage. Ayla the only one to survive, and Intuition making the dive work. Unleashed power, and Dream gets the kill.
Very clean, easy dive to execute there from Intuition, compounding their advantage. You give Dream the ability to carry your team and he will come through. Now he has a huge lead, gigantic. You cannot overstate it. Swathe here being cheeky, trying to catch the XP, catch the gold, delay this tower take. But it's just a delay, that's all it is.
Yep.
You will not gain first tower here. You do not gain anything for your lane here. Dream and Alidoric will bully you in the 2v2 forever, probably even in the 2v3. They win at this point.
Yep. 2-0-3. What a start for Dream. And Ayla Swathe coming in hot. Dream's going to back, but he just used the Arcane Shift. He doesn't have TP. Sorry, Flash. But Guts is coming down as well. Dream's there. Collateral damage available, but Swathe already used it. Now has no mana to get out. Gets sniped down by Dream. Guts gets a stack. They're on to Ayla, who manages to walk away from that two-shot barrage, but everything not going Millhouse here for Chiefs Academy.
It gets worse and worse.
Yep.
They're trying to find picks, to get something, some semblance of hope. And each time, Intuition just clamp down. Not today is what they say. Guts, active everywhere. Chiefs Academy try and find something. The only lane that is really benefiting them right now is mid. Ryze hasn't been punished. He's got his tier. He's keeping up in CS. That's it. That's your saving grace.
But when we get to the point where Ryze is more relevant, will the game still be going? At this point, you start thinking, probably not. Hander up to the top side, gets Phage. Top side, winning out for Fantix. Gets the Cannon Barrage, goes back, and he's now suddenly got a Sheen. 2 assists as well, so everything just perfectly placed for Intuition. At 9 minutes in the game, a 4K gold lead.
Fantix here. You can't gank this. It is not possible. Panda has no rage bar. Omni in mid taking a brawl with Harry.
Yeah, Unleashed Power there. We'll get the scat of the week, but after the fact.
Now back up to the top side. Swathe ran in there for a gank, which was essentially never going to work.
Oh, man.
Panda had no rage bar.
That's 600 gold, by the way.
Huge wave set up.
Yep.
Not firing on all cylinders at Chiefs Academy.
He helps push out the wave, but look, coming back to the fact, this is disgusting. Absolute. This is, you know, you go to the garbage dump and you're going, who is that rummaging through there? And it's not Dream, because he's the man who owns the mansion, right? At the moment, Gunkrab is 0-3. He is 40 CS behind, and Dream almost has a 10-minute Trinity Force. So Ocean Drake is most definitely theirs, and everything else just looking great.
I was questioning before this game started, can Dream carry on Ezreal? From this point, that is not a question. He will take over the game. There is not a single person on Chiefs Academy that can really 1v1 him at this point.
That is a 10-minute Trinity Force. I take it all back. How?
3 kills,
Yep.
3 assists.
Okay. But Chiefs Academy do get Rift held, so if you want to try and equal the game at any point, I guess you better start now.
Rift Herald, when you are behind, is simply removing it from the other team. I can't really see a situation where, unless they are in a race situation, they can get anything with that Rift Herald. Last game, they had a pretty decent amount of control on the map, still didn't get a turret with it, simply got 1 charge and that was it. Now, where do you place that Rift Herald? It can't be top, it can't be mid, and even in bot, Fantix is commanding that lane against Panda.
And now in the top side, Dream's commanding against Gunkrab, who just doesn't want to go near him whatsoever. Ayla's still level 5. Aladoric and Dream is 7. Gunkrab 6. Trailing is a great way to put it, but when that tier turns into a Manamune, it's probably going to turn into the Muramana straight away at this rate.
I don't even think trailing is a term that really describes the position they are in that duo lane. They have no ability to contest, no ability to even CS unhindered. You see Swain hitting the roots, grabbing the opponents towards him, but they cannot do anything when that happens. Aladoric and Dream don't care. Aladoric is simply walking up, being aggressive, trying to bait Gunkrab and Ayla into that fight.
I mean, you need to commit 4 members top if you want to stop them. Gunkrab takes 1 Mystic shot. True shot barrage there into Gunkrab. Ayla takes another one. Stop taking Qs. Gunkrab, walk away. Dream and Aladoric now diving this with guts there. Dream's between a turret, does not care. Those minions, like friends at a party, everyone leaving with hands empty.
I don't know about you, but generally my friends leave with their hands full at parties. They take home the snacks.
I didn't give the goodie bags, Tegon. I gave friendship. That's all that mattered
What a
right
kind
here.
man you are.
Yep. Dream's going to take another solo turret. So he got 600 gold before this time. What's in the goodie bag?
Denying CS first.
All right. But wait, 300 gold. Not bad. Panda, go on Megan up. Is this an opportunity for Chiefs Academy? Panda thinks so. Right back into the team, but Stand United picks him up. Panda going to die here. Aladoric gets the kill. Fantix was ignited. He just walks away from the 2-man Realm Warp. They're still trying to collapse. Level 10. Vision of Empire. Flash over the wall from Gunkrab. They're looking for Aladoric, and Intuition surviving. Can Chiefs Academy get the first kill? Gunkrab seems to think so.
He has flash.
Never move.
How?
Aladoric's there.
Oh.
Shut down, and the Brazil comes true.
Finally, Chiefs Academy finds something. 1 pick after they commit almost everything they have to get the kill. 1-7. The saving grace is you finally got a kill. But that is nothing in the grand scheme of things. You still have Rift Herald sitting there. Omni now.
True shot barrage almost dies, but in goes Ayla, who kind of saves the day. 4 level difference here, and Dream just walks forward as he should. But because of that, 2 members forced out that mid turret. That's gone as well.
Harry with a late cleanse there means Omni does survive, but there is still no answer from Chiefs Academy. All they're doing is barely surviving, bleeding objectives, bleeding gold. Huge gold lead here for Intuition, and every time we've seen them with control, they have looked unstoppable.
That's right, and that's why you see 20-minute games, 20 to 25 minutes. Intuition, I think they've closed out their quickest game in the split. Was like 22 minutes, or not even that, I think it was 21 minutes. They have been clinical when they've had a lead. And right now, Chiefs Academy 6k gold behind. They're still looking for Dream, but Gunkrab is taking so much damage as a response. Omni gets hit twice, and he's less than half health. So Dream right now, that's a 4-man stack, and you're hoping that Aladoric is not the one you pull over. Chiefs Academy as a 5-man unit. Panda does not have Meganar. They drop Rift Herald mid, but Intuition, they're behind it.
The collapse is coming from Intuition, and again, look at the Rift Herald when you are behind. You get 1 charge out of it, that's it. Harry here caught.
Oh, the flash burn by both members here. Ayla hooks him back in. Sway doing the damage. They'll give it over to Panda. Death from below from Ayla. That'll still get the reset, but look at mid.
Omni in a lot of trouble there. Guts barely even tags him. Huge damage,
Whoa.
true shot barrage, almost hits. Now down in bot, Fantix hasn't moved. Just like last game. He is
It's a very
happy to
different
sit
situation.
in the side lane.
Yep.
But this time, pressure on towers. Every time his ult comes down, it's for a reason. Now, you get one kill there to Chiefs Academy, but they still come out down more gold than they were before the fight happened.
Somehow, some way. Just about 7,000 gold at 15 minutes. Look at that bottom lane. 3,000 on Ezreal. Everywhere on the map is suffering from Chiefs Academy. The only even bit of gold right now is Swathe and Guts. And Guts' passivity is fine in this game, even on a Kindred. Intuition doing exactly what they did all split long to give them those wins.
I wouldn't even say Guts has been very passive this game.
Well,
He
still,
was active, he was ganking, he was counter-ganking all game.
fair enough.
Now, the previous game, he was being bullied around by Swathe. That isn't the case this time. This time, Guts is being proactive, starting to say to himself, where is Swathe going to pop up? Why would I be here? What lane am I trying to angle for? And it's paid off massively. That Chiefs Academy from here, you need to just keep looking for picks. You are down such a substantial amount of gold, you can never contest neutral objectives. Dragons are gone. You can hope for maybe a miracle steal from Swathe, and even then, trading his life for Dragon is not what you want.
Definitely not. Intuition with Dream alone. He's just taking Raptors away. Aladoric on Shen. He was 1,700 gold up on Ayla. Now they're still looking for Harry, the most easily pickable member of Intuition. Is trying to get bullied around, but he knows his attention's being brought up to him.
Here they go though, Omni with a root.
Remember that Omni could just die from Harry immediately. Unleash power onto Ayla. They're against the wall. Swathe misses the collateral damage. The collapse coming through from Intuition. They stop the Realm Warp. Omni's going to die here. The hands of Fantix, and Panda TP's in way too late.
The late TP means nothing. And on the other side of the map, Guts gets Dragon. Now he will run down to bot lane, delete that wave from the game. Dream in mid, getting solo experience, more gold, stretching out his lead. Just gets darker and darker for Chiefs Academy.
They can just take turrets whenever they want. There's no pressure that can be applied from Chiefs Academy. Harry survives and lives another day. And all at the cost of summoners, deaths. And at the point, when you look at this game, you look at it objectively for a second, T-Gun. When we get to the 40-minute mark, is when gold becomes irrelevant.
When we get to 40 minutes this game.
If we get to 40, look. At this point, I'm saying, is there going to be a game 3? Most likely. Unless Chiefs Academy get a badass rise. Get Panda to follow in Topoon and Biopanther's footsteps. And Gunkrab, by some way, with that shutdown gold, starts his journey to Narnia.
If Chiefs Academy can draw this game to 40 minutes, they will very likely win. You will have tempo at that point. You have turned around so many fights, gotten ahead of Intuition, but it's just so difficult to get there. We need 5-man Gnar ultimates, and there isn't anyone that really links in with that in terms of AoE damage. You don't have the Orianna. You don't have that cleave damage to help you out. And Chiefs Academy, they're just not finding those picks. They need to get some sort of Dream engage on top of everyone. Delete the Ezreal. Kill the Kindred before Lamb's Respite goes off.
We haven't seen one this game.
Doesn't seem to be even possible at this point.
Dream's almost 3 items. From what's sitting in his inventory, Blade of the Ruined King is coming next. And that is absolutely filthy. At this point in time, Intuition forcing us to a potential game 3. And for Chiefs Academy, just no semblance of what game 1 was. This is a complete turnaround, as you said before. Chiefs Academy have just had such a fantastic split. They run into Intuition once, they take a loss, but their game 1 was a showcase of how they've developed, how they're trying to be the team that moves forward into the OPL promotion tournament.
They're making a good case right now. The first game was a slugfest. Longest game for Intuition of the season. Chiefs Academy really had to fight for it.
Well, he's taking the ult. Actually, there's the ultimate burn there from Shen. He's coming in. Panda locked down. The Gnar ulti already used. And Aladoric, the global pressure continues. He jumps back on. Ayla gets pulled back with Fantix. And Swathe is just trying to get it out alive, but he won't. Ayla gets tagged in on the way out, but Fantix, the kill.
Isla getting chased down here as well. Maybe no. Intuition give up on the chase, decide to back out, look for an objective. 2 picks again. Chiefs Academy looking, hoping to find something. Instead, Intuition make a beeline for Baron, and there isn't any real way to be stopped here. No teleport on Na means that it will take him forever to get here to in contest.
Yeah, Swaith not going to be up in time either, and it's going to go down reasonably fast considering where Dream is in the game, and the fact that Fantix level 14 has Trinity Force. Ayla hoping, but he picks up Dream. He's like, oh boy, run. And 1 hit, 1 kill again. There goes Baron Nashor.
Now, like I said, game 1 was a slugfest for Chiefs Academy to win. It took them forever. Everything was a fight. Intuition game 2. This has not been close. Everything Chiefs Academy have tried has not stuck. Now, from this point, you're 10,000 gold down.
Oh,
Your whole goal,
no.
Your whole goal is to sit in a bush and try and find someone. Just like that position there, you're looking for Hayri.
Bit hard with Baron buff, let's be honest.
Without a doubt.
Realm Warp was ambitious there by Omni, but worth a try. Definitely worth a try.
The side lane. Game 1, Fantix on Gangplank. Struggled all game long to be relevant, to force Panda to do anything. This game, completely on its head. Panda on the back foot from the beginning. Fantix all game long does not want to group. Happy to sit in the side lane.
I mean, why would you group at this point, Tegan? Look, Dream and Guts. They can 2-man this mid. Chiefs Academy, they got 4 mid. Can't do anything. Panda's just been ulting. Fantix about to shoot him dead. Goodbye. Oh, a pirate's life for me. Fantix hits the in and out. This is going to go down too.
Chiefs Academy just slowly bleeding out.
Oh.
They needed to try something cheesy. Look to stack in a bush. Instead, they're losing on all fronts. Fantix gets the solo kill. Now mid inhibitor is also gone.
Panda's dead. I feel like Intuition with Baron could just end this with 1 fight. Aladoric in first, Fantix on the side. He's tanking the turret. He doesn't even care. Intuition sit 5 bot and they'll get the inhibitor. They might not choose to end, but the world is their oyster right now.
You take it safe here. There is no need to rush the game. You're not playing for a record time. Recall, reset as a team, run it down top.
You probably get a record time in anyway.
There's no need to take any risk here. Take a fight. Why? Why take a fight there? Potentially give up some sort of miracle engage to Panda, to Gunkrab. Instead, you do the conservative thing. Sure, the game's going to take an extra few minutes, but if Intuition can get to top as a 5-man unit, unless Chase Academy get that 5-man Dream Mega Gnar ultimate on everyone.
That's such a big condition though. We bring it back to the point of Intuition being clinical. With the Baron, their playstyle in general, 1 mistake started this game. 1 simple mistake. Gunkrab and Ayla fell down from the get-go. Swaith tries to influence that lane. And Intuition, the counter ganks from Guts, the global pressure from Fantix has amounted to this. Another turret, another dragon goes down, and another turret. That one's a mountain. And Intuition, the last inhibitor, awaits.
Such a constricting loss for Chiefs Academy. They have tried so much, they've thrown everything they could at Intuition, and nothing has stuck.
So let's take a step back and look at, or maybe a step forward, and look at what needs to change.
Well,
What do we adapt going into game 3?
Chiefs Academy sort of banned themselves. They were getting rid of Alistar, getting rid of Braum, banning out champions to try and get Ayla a great champion, and then they placed no priority bot.
Well, they're hoping it's not over yet, but see where that priority lies moving forward, looking ahead at the draft. Chiefs Academy just dealing with Dream in the base. And at times like this, I mean, Dream, this is the Ezreal game you want.
Without a doubt. Chiefs Academy, they cannot sit here and play passive like this. The longer they wait, the more minions are going to be in their base. Look at how Dream and Fantix are positioning. Happy to sit on the side, look for engagements like this.
Just clumped in front of a cannon barrage. Fantix goes forward, Dream goes forward, Omni's out, and now immediately Gunkrab is already dead. 1 and 4 on the Swain. and he will not be respawning this game. Intuition get the pick. That's probably going to be the game.
There's no way you can really defend here.
Oh,
Isla gone.
Who's that? Swaith goes next. Lamb's Respite used for the first time this game, and Dream's been spamming it all game long. You belong in a museum. And now game number 3. They'll go to the museum, they'll buy it out, and suddenly, the grand final, everything's up for grabs.
That had to feel great for Intuition. They took it so slow, farmed them at the end on the Nexus, running around for kills.
Just such a different pace of game. Like, that was, you know, pardon me, but Intuition going up a team like Darkside. That's what it felt like.
That was regular split Intuition.
Yeah.
That was when they felt confident, they got a lead, and that was it. Every time they generate a lead, they feel like they are unstoppable. They just find small thing after small thing, compound that lead slowly over time.
Yep.
You look at Game 1, Chiefs Academy, it was so back and forth. They were fighting for every little thing. And they never really generated this huge lead. The finish came off the back of one pick.
Let's compare it, though. Game 2 was mistake after mistake, and Chiefs Academy unable to capitalize further. Intuition, if you make a mistake against this team, quite different from other OCS teams where they will be there and you know that they're going to be the team that capitalize the most.
I don't even want to say it's mistake after mistake. It was that one big mistake bot lane where they got the early kill on Gunkrab, punished the overextend from them. And from there, Chiefs Academy, they kept trying things, which is what you have to do when you're behind. You don't want to sit there and slowly bleed out. You don't want to sit there and hope that Intuition make a mistake.
Which might be fine if you're someone like Kaiser or you're someone like even if you're the Ezreal, I'd argue.
Yeah, instead you're playing against a Gangplank.
Yeah.
Which is going to scale out of control.
But you're also a Swain. Your Swain is fallen behind in a lane that's going to be dominating.
Yeah, and farming from there is impossible.
Yeah.
Ezreal, if you're behind, yeah, you're sort of all right. You can still catch some CS. You can play so safely and be all right. Swain cannot do that. Swain has to be in your face. He has to be able to engage. And when you cannot do that, the lane becomes impossible. And they needed to get out of that lane, and they just weren't able to do it.
But Intuition learned from their mistakes. Chiefs Academy now going to have to learn from theirs. We're going to Game 3 of the Grand Final of the OCS to see who goes into the OPL Promotion Tournament. We're going to find out straight after this. See you in 5. Welcome back to the OCS Grand Final for 2018 and to the very last game of the OCS for 2018. My name's Jake Asterix Ozipenko. This is Bradley Tegan Seymour. And this is it, Tegan. If you want to punch me, now's the time.
Not on camera.
I was going to squint there. God, please don't hurt me. We're at the point now where Intuition have caught up through an absolutely dominant game. Chiefs Academy destroyed them at the end in game one, because that's how League of Legends works. We're now to the point where anything goes, but everything has to be put on this very last game.
You have to pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
We saw Quinn in game one. Chiefs Academy showing they had things hidden. If they have anything else, now is the time. Fix your draft is my main problem. You keep putting Gunkrab on these curious picks. Swain, to a lesser extent, the Quinn, he still had a poor laning phase there
Where
as
every
well.
other team has moved off these mage bot lanes. Every other team in the OCS and even internationally have just gone against it.
Well, more to the point, Chiefs Academy are playing bot as their throwaway lane, their off lane, their we don't want to put resources here lane.
Yep.
And you can't do that when you want to pick things like Swain. When you want to pick things where that lane is going to blow up. Things are going to happen there. You can't afford to pick like Swain Pike, for example, which has to fight. They need to fight to win. And then not live in that lane.
I mean, if you're going to do the Pike, we saw the Ezreal with it. Like you said, you wanted to pair it with it. They give away the Ezreal as the final
They had
pick.
the option.
Yeah.
They had the option to take Ezreal and let it go. And yes, you will have a weak lane against Dream and Aladoric that way. They will take something like Jhin or Varus or Ashe. There are a lot of things open for them to finish off that draft with. But you still just give yourself something that plays more to your style. Every time they play through Panda, they look like a very strong team. Panda is dominating up in that top lane when given the resources to do so. That game, not so much, because that first gank, the Mega Gnar timing wasn't quite right.
But I still think the
positioning just wasn't there.
Coming back to the pick, I still think the pick works. I still
Yes.
think if that Gnar is coupled with something like we see Orianna again, or if Chiefs Academy get themselves off the ground in the start, that Gnar becomes a threat, and then Fnatic's relegated to the side again.
Yeah, all they need to do is get something ahead. The Gnar didn't get ahead. Ryze, he was scaling, but it wasn't that great. And bot lane got decimated. Now, the first game, their bot lane lost, but on the other side, Panda was coming out victorious. They need to win somewhere on the map.
But it's come through the draft phase.
Yes.
Every game has come through the draft phase. Game one, Chiefs Academy played to a win condition that they set themselves in the draft, and they were successful.
Yep. They didn't get there that game.
Intuition, they've drafted for these later game team compositions. Now, against Chiefs Academy, who have longer games, that makes sense. They're trying to step in more into their territory. But if they get themselves head early, they have these 25-minute games.
Longer games when we just come out of, what was that, about 25 minutes?
23, 25 minutes.
Now, draft-wise for me, if there's one thing that Chiefs Academy should be changing, Ryze should be banned. They had to first pick it there. I don't blame them for first picking it. I blame them for having to first pick it.
And what was the response in the first three bans?
What, from Chiefs Academy?
Yeah, they're banning out Jace.
Yeah, they banned out their own champion in Jace. They banned out Alistair. They banned out Braum. These bot lane commanding champions because it's not Isla's style.
Yep.
He doesn't want to play them. He wants to play Pike. He wants to play Morgana. He wants to play these less strong but still effective
Less
champions.
strong. You like Pike.
I am a huge fan of Pike.
Not less strong,
but it is not as good as Alistair or Braum.
Here we go. The very last champ select of the OCS split for 2018. Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy the graphicness and the beauty of these two teams. After this game, one team is going home, tasting the OPL promotion tournament, tasting your opportunity to get to the OPL, and not reaching it.
They're probably already at home.
One team is going to the OPL promotion tournament to verse the loser of Tectonic and Avant Gaming. Now, arguably, both these teams have a great chance.
Yes, without
But
a doubt.
the winner of this is going to have a better chance. Anyway, let's
the
get
winner
to
of this is the only team that has the chance.
Now, remember, Intuition picked blue side as they have third game selection being the highest seed. That's
Kindred
right.
ban. Much like we
Yep.
saw Chiefs Academy ban Jace. Intuition banning Kindred, that was their champion. Guts was effective on it, and they opt to ban it out. We see both of these teams doing the same thing where they get an effective pick, they prosper with it, and then they say, we cannot afford to let this go to our opponents.
But I guess the difference is you've banned out Trundle as the third, which Swaith responded with when Guts got himself in a good position.
Well, you still have plenty of strong junglers left. Talia doesn't seem to be what they're aiming for,
No.
but you have Graves available here. Sejuani as well. So there are plenty of champions you can go to that are left open.
But Olaf was the game 1 pick for Guts.
Yep.
It did not triumph whatsoever. With Rise, the final ban by Chiefs Academy, are we just going to see it again? They're going to try and rinse and repeat it. Guts, it wasn't successful, but Trundle's now gone.
Now, for me, the problem wasn't the Olaf pick. The problem was that he picked Olaf and had 2 lanes that lost, 2 lanes that scaled. You need to have a strong top or a strong mid to complement this Olaf. Give him priority. If there is no priority, Swaith will invade again. He will bully Guts around, and you cannot afford to have that happen.
Well, Chiefs Academy, bottom lane. We're back to it.
Take it.
The
You
Braum.
need to take Brawl.
You said it was an S tier pick. I completely agree. First time we've seen it tonight.
It's been banned out. We said it might not be an Ayla pick. He hasn't really shown a propensity to play it. But Braum and Alistair are available. You
But
have
we're
to take
back.
them both.
We're back, and still a flex.
I hope they do not take this AD. I really do. If you are picking this here, your game 1 performance on Quinn in lane was lackluster. It is as simple as that. I love Gunkrab. I think he is a great player, but he was not given the tools to carry that game. It is as simple as that.
But he made
do
it.
not take
Tegan.
an AD.
He made it. And we're seeing a very similar champ select. Very similar. This time, it's a Braum. Now, if it is a Quinn AD carry, you have the tools to be more dominant in lane.
You do.
Kaiser, Shen most likely in the bottom lane, as Aladoric just had a beautiful performance on him.
Yeah, Kai'Sa Shen the answer, and that's an extremely strong lane in their own right.
We just got a sneak peek. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get for the grand finals. If you want to rewind, well, you can't. It's a live stream, so...
I mean, you can definitely rewind. You just
No,
go
tell them how, Tegan. Back into champ select.
Orianna, the final pick for
Time.
Chiefs Academy, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Probably the best blind pick here. Zoe, the teams have shown no priority on at all. So
Can
not
I
surprising.
say, when Omni was in Chiefs Black ages ago, and this is kind of reminiscing because he's on Chiefs Academy now, Omni played one hell of an Orianna. One hell of an Orianna. And for him, a speciality from long ago, I would say so. But they're going to help him out in the mid lane. Orianna has just been helped by getting rid of a Syndra.
Aatrox again banned off in the second phase, and it feels so weird to me that they are banning it out in the second phase after neither team shows any priority at all in the first phase. To me, both teams don't really want to pick Aatrox. They look at it and they say to themselves, this is kind of a bait. We're worried about getting counterpicked, worried about the opposing team picking Fiora and sort of putting the screws to the top laner.
Okay, so no Aatrox. What do we see in the top side then? With Gnar still
I
available.
love the
Vantix
GP ban.
has been banned away with GP. His Rise not around either. Darius the final ban, and top lane is getting taken out again.
Chiefs Academy are adapting this game. There's something they didn't do in Game 2. They kept it pretty standard, played their own game. This game, Rise, GP, these two influential picks banned out.
What? Game
Evelyn.
3 Evelyn.
Wow. So
All
Quinn
right.
AD, or potentially top still, I
Well,
guess.
I mean, that doesn't lock in anywhere because that's
Evelyn.
probably Evelyn jungle.
Evelyn, massive
Oh, you thought
pick.
it was going to be Quinn jungle. Yeah.
It could have been. It
Could have been. All right.
Now, Evelyn, Game 3, the time to pull out all the stops.
That's right. The
This
one game.
is the first Evelyn in the OCS, I believe. Definitely the first on broadcast.
I think so. I'm not sure, Tegan. I'll have to check with my statisticians. But Evelyn, the final game of the OCS, you're putting everything on Swaith, and he picks up Evelyn. Such an aggressive jungler. Suits his style. The 8P champion who cannot be seen. Going to be coupled with the Gnar. Team fighting composition with an Evelyn on the back.
Nah, even better in this team comp. You now have Orianna to link in. We saw it in the Dire Cubs game, how you
Yep.
have this wombo combo type champion
It works.
type setup. Chiefs Academy, they built for a team fight. You have one split pusher in the Quinn. Other than that, every one of these champions fights exceptionally well as a team. Even the Quinn coming in on backline, coming in as a flanking champion, can be huge.
You got to look so many different angles with Chiefs Academy's comp. Every single angle, there's going to be someone there looking for the fight. But on the side of Intuition, look at the sustain there. And then look at how they scam.
The real question in these fights is, can we kill Mundo before Mundo kills us?
Yeah.
If they can blow up the Mundo, get rid of him before that sustain comes through, Chiefs Academy will win every single fight. Alternatively, Mundo does not die at the engage, does not die at the beginning. The sustain damage isn't quite there. They don't have champions like Kai'Sa or Varus that are going to chunk through a tank like Mundo.
Yeah. At this point, Intuition, they've built safe. Have they built easy to execute? You look at it and you say, it's not that hard. Harry taking Aurelia into the mid lane. Chiefs Academy need to land that Gnar ulti, land the Shockwave, one of the two, and it can go from there. But in the final game of the OCS, the final game, we're into a Game 3 Grand Final. We've been blessed by the gods of RNG and the gods of skill.
As long as they land one ability, like you said, Gnar Ultimate or Orianna Ultimate, the fight is theirs to lose.
Can they do it? Execution going to be key here. Let's jump in. The OCS Grand Finals, the very last game of the OCS split for 2018. And one team goes through to the OPL promotion tournament. Intuition or Chiefs Academy.
Now with Evelynn, your level 1 setup is super important. You need to make sure the enemy cannot ascertain what you're doing, cannot figure out your pathing to begin the game. You have to utilize that passive, that invisibility, that just uncertainty from the other team of where you are, where you're coming
But
from.
remember now with Evelynn, with the changed Evelynn, you do not get that invisibility till level 6. So Swaith, in the early part of the game, if he's bullied out by Guts, like you said, could be a real issue for Chiefs Academy's jungler.
Build towards, in my eyes, contesting the first crab if you're Chiefs Academy. Set the tone early. Don't let Intuition bully you around and start going for deep wards. You already see it right now, level 1. Fantix and Guts will likely push forward. Try and figure out if that's a red or a blue start from the Evelynn. Look for a ward early, purely to make sure Fantix can play top how he wants to.
Look, Omni's just skirting around the side, but everyone's here. Panda throws a boomerang, so good judgment call there. The ward will be placed in, and a safe start for Swaith is a good start.
Chiefs Academy here in bot side. This is cute.
Oh, misses though. Won't get the Winter's Bite to full succession of the combo, but Panda, he knows Fantix and Guts are coming in. They're just going to pull them off red.
You have to reset this red. You cannot let it come down to a smite battle or a fight.
I mean, Swaith might even have to burn. Flash does so early. They're trying to turn it as Panda has pressed the attack, but the longest engage is over. Straight to Raptors.
Panda needs to build up Mega Gnar as fast as possible. That is the only way they win this 2v2.
It's getting low, very, very low. Guts is going to have to smite it. It's taken over, and Swaith just gives it up with Panda now walking back top.
Already punishing the weakness of Evelynn early on. I was saying your level 1 wards are super important. You cannot let the opponents figure out where you are. And they didn't do that. Intuition knew exactly where Swaith was starting.
And Omni couldn't walk up. Omni was getting hard shoved in by Hayri, so such good knowledge early for Intuition. Guts gets the start he needs with the invade and straight to the Scuttle Crab.
Now look at Omni. Pushing Swaith off the crab. Making sure they keep punishing the Evelynn.
Yeah.
Not letting him build any momentum.
Look, Swaith does get it, but Hayri, menace as you said.
Leaves the lane at level 2 just to punish the jungler even more. You see the minds of Intuition there. Do not let Swaith get any momentum. Don't let him be comfortable. Game 1, we saw that. Swaith, when he's comfortable, punishes so hard. Able to bully Guts for the first 10 minutes of that game with no recourse from anyone on Intuition. This game's the complete opposite.
So does Swaith now go for the attempt at the triple buff? Try to interrupt Guts. Does he get scuttled? Does he go bot? Where's the pathing here to recover that loss of tempo?
It's difficult for him to invade this red. You have no idea where Olaf is. You have to assume he is going to contest that buff. Mundo pushing in, the dive on Gnar would be ridiculously difficult. Ganking mid here, also quite difficult, so naturally you assume Olaf will end up on red.
But Panda right now, he's lacking in CS. Fantix walked back top and just being able to bully him out. 10 CS down. Junglers going head-to-head, and Guts and Swaith. You'll see Guts, he'll get triple buff soon. Guts should be level 4. For the start that Guts didn't get in game 1, no longer being denied.
And like we said before, Olaf is a great early game jungler. Even better with tempo. Oh, Gunkrab is going to get caught here.
He warded out, but Guts, is he able to burn the flash? I think so. Guts, Gunkrab, over the wall. I think he tried to hop over himself.
He did.
But he flashes at the end anyway.
Tried his best to save that flash. Tried to get the kick over the wall. Not enough distance. And Guts, first gank, burns a flash on Quinn. Now going for the triple buff as well. Commanding presence from him this game so far.
Commanding presence from Intuition to start this game off. At 4 minutes, it's not the same as what we saw in game number 2, thankfully. But Guts now, there's his triple buff. And you can see Swaith is just trying to get some vision in. He's going in deep, but there's nothing on that side of jungle. So, drops a ward, hops back out, and we'll be waiting for this scuttle to try and catch back up to Guts.
There's nothing really for Swaith to do right now. Top pushed in. Hayri paying respect, knowing that he's not bottom. Very clever play there from Intuition to just set back. Don't let Evelyn get anything done early on. Crab spawning up top, likely his goal, but
early
Guts
dragon.
Yet again with this early dragon.
I mean, can do it on the Olaf. That was the hope there for Intuition last game. Aladoric walks through, drops a deep ward around blue side, and Intuition get their first Drake. There's an Ocean, with a Cloud coming up next.
Third game in a row, Guts, early Drake. His whole goal is to just control these neutral objectives where possible. Kai'Sa Shen outputting enough pressure where they can walk up and support him
Cheeky
pretty
Dream.
freely.
Dream's been emoting this whole series. Not emoting, sorry, that happens in the LPL. He's been laughing. Such a cheeky man.
Can you blame him after that game too?
I mean, he did it at the start of game 2. He didn't know how it was going to go. Actually, the TP was burned by Fantix, and Swaith is here. Charm brings him back in. Fantix, level 5. First Blood available with the smite down, but Fantix burns a flash, as well as that TP to get in.
TPing on a minion. Once again, we see it so often, these greedy TPs. Guts is here to help, though. Panda and Swaith will be thinking, potentially we can die.
But meanwhile, bot lane, Isla puts up the Unbreakable last hit. Flashes away from second skip at the heal there. Aladoric will take a chunk in return. Summoners burn down bottom lane as well.
A little bit of panicking there from Isla and Gunkrab. They burned almost everything when he was pretty safe there. Dream and Aladoric, they're going to be thinking, that's great. That's perfect. That's just what we need.
Yep.
Is a slight advantage. They will recall, reset the lane, and start to punish.
And again, bottom lane for Intuition doing exactly what they wanted to do. Small lead of 400 gold, nothing to frown about, but in the mid lane, Hayri is just walking over Omni. At the moment, the Aurelia having a ball of a time.
Why?
Because I gotta. The mid lane is at 10 CS disadvantage, but the top side, Panda's been able to catch back up, now with Mega Gnar available. Well, the big Gnar ulti, I should say. Not the start from Intuition of game 2. Still a good one, though.
It's still, they're controlling every lane. They haven't found the first blood yet, but there hasn't been a lane where they've looked weak. Even in top there, when they got the flash off Fantix, they couldn't commit. They couldn't go for the dive. They couldn't get the kill that they so desperately wanted.
You imagine if Swaith maybe had the flash after the engage at red?
Even then, if they did commit, Guts was there. Smart pathing from Guts has been game 2, game 3. Pushing around, finding Swaith, making sure he supports his laners when necessary, and still looks to get some ganks of his own off.
Yeah. You can see the difference there, especially since Fantix, he's going up against Pressy Attack Gnar. That's what I like to see. Bit of Pressy Attack Gnar. So T-Gun, obviously, it's to, you know, get the true damage, right?
Yes.
True damage? Yeah.
Well, it's also Electrocute just isn't that good.
Yeah.
The only other option is Summon Airy.
All right. I mean, Summon Airy, used in game 1. Difference there from Panda. But we'll see how it digresses. Omni going to get charged on. There's Vanguard's Edge. Shockwave brings him back. Can't be outplayed. Hayri will flash away. Takes one more turret shot. First blood goes to the mid laner.
Solo kill mid. Clean from Hayri. We've been looking at ganks, looking at Swaith, trying to get things done.
They want to start now against the wall. Nars there, but ultimate already popped. Can they burst Mundo down? Fantix gets deleted and responses topside.
Quick response from Chiefs Academy. But a worrying sign in mid lane. That is the first time mid has really swung one way or the other in this series.
Yeah.
And it goes Hayri's way.
And Aurelia with first blood T-Gun. Trinity Force are going to be coming early.
Guts here looking to dive bot.
Pushes them out.
Gunkrab and Isla, they just leave. They cannot contest.
I mean, Swaith is nowhere near this bottom side as well, so a 3v2. They'll slowly push them out, but Guts does what he has to.
Swaith does trade the buffs though. Blue buffs go to opposite side.
That's got to feel good. That feels good when
This is
finally get a response.
cheeky. They're going to try and kill the Mundo again.
Remember that Swathe cannot be seen. Just gets hit with a ukulele. Charms there. But can they find anything more? Flash forward, they want to commit. Stand United, global pressure once more. Panda doesn't have ult. The flash torn. And Swathe makes a big mistake that costs him his life.
Swathe getting found out early. Fantix buys enough time that Alidoric can get active. Get that global pressure on the map. And there is no answer bot lane from Chiefs Academy. Gunkrab and Ayla, they do not push fast enough or threaten the Kai'Sa enough to punish Shen leaving the lane.
And every time we look at this Shen pick and we don't really talk about it because standard support bottom lane at the moment. We're just talking about tanks coming back in. But global pressure from Intuition has been a thing almost all 3 games. In Game 2, we just saw how influential the Shen was across the map. Chiefs Academy not respecting this Shen coming in and changing a 2v1.
Just like the previous game, they are not able to get Panda rolling. We saw what happened.
Oh, hang on. Dream, has he overstayed his welcome? Ult still available. Second skin. One more proc and close call. Heal was burnt, but a flash as well. They're back onto Fantix once more. Charm will come in, and this time it goes to Panda. So have they not started him rolling? I think so.
They're trying. They're committing to it. Time and time again, we see them just go back to it. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Try again.
This time it works for Swathe. They get the kill. They get the first turret here, unless Guts is able to stop them.
He might be. It's going to be a headbutting now.
Here comes Hayri as well, moving up the river.
He's stopped though. Orianna still holding the wave, able to push it out with Alidoric still there. Harry comes back in, but will be spotted out by a ward. So Omni backs off. First turret was not achieved. The top side of the map there.
Hayri, the secret MVP there. Swathe was laying in wait. They were almost baiting Guts to engage. But once the Aurelia started to rotate, started to exert pressure, Chiefs Academy had to back out.
And now everything goes back to as it was. 11 minutes in the game, that Dragon sitting there now. It's a Cloud. His Gut's going to have the same priorities. Hayri just takes out the Scuttle Crab.
If he does, you have to expect the answer from Chiefs Academy is to take top tower. Swathe has been living in this lane.
You need a control ward if you're Fantix right now. Put it in that first brush. Fantix about to be charmed, and he's like, oh no, not again. Swathe makes him flash. A summoner burn. Is this first turret, or is Guts going to challenge bot?
Well, Guts is already down there. Chiefs Academy are already responding. Gunkrab and Isla pretty much giving up this lane, not contesting much.
But this is
Shen
what happened
behind though.
In game 1. They left it, but Alidoric misses again. The 3-man ultimate. Can they outplay? Gunkrab goes down underneath the turret, and now he's going to stack up Dream. A 1-for-2 trade. In comes the TP for Fantix. He'll get Isla, but it's too late. Gunkrab Isla goes down, but the response is greater than you can expect.
2 for 1 for Intuition, sure. Actually, no, 2 for 2. And they lose top turret. Now Rift Herald as well. It looked like the right play.
Yeah.
But Gunkrab and Isla, they played it perfectly. Dodged everything. 3-man from the Braum ultimate.
Oh, here comes Hayri though. Panda's going to go Mega. Hayri gets the stun. Will he go in? He says yes. Straight onto Swathe, who ulties out. Vanguard's edge misses. Panda's going Mega. Here we go. Shockwave into the Wombo. Intuition. Don't know what just hit them. Chiefs Academy running for their life, but Guts says, no way in hell am I buying this type of meat. Rift Herald gonna reset, and the fight's won by Chiefs Academy.
The saving grace there for Intuition is that the Rift Herald resets. Hayri gives his life up just to stop them from getting the neutral, getting the momentum that would have set Chiefs Academy forward. We already see the combination there. The Orianna 1-2 punch. Panda waits out the Shen ultimate. Waits until he is there to launch him into the wall. Orianna ultimate chains with it as well. A sign of things to come heading into this mid-game.
What a breath of fresh air for Chiefs Academy though. Intuition. Feeling confident in their play, but this ain't no game 2. Gunkrab doing the exact same thing he did, but Dream's not falling for it. He walks towards Rift Herald. Gunkrab and Ayla just back away to that top side of the map. Rift Herald started again.
Intuition don't know that this is warded. Chiefs Academy are well aware of what's happening right now. Teleport available on Gnar.
Alidoric doesn't have ult either.
They can easily contest this. They're opting not to though. The reaction is so late. The Rift Herald is already gone before anyone from Chiefs Academy moves.
I mean, right now, Guts just gets it free of charge, so maybe warded. Swaith just wants to find Dream. Charm out of range for now. Away they slip.
No reaction, but the lanes end up where you want them. Panda 1v1 against Fantix again. Your duo lane is doing fine. The only time that they were under pressure was when Guts was there, when he was poking his head in, turning it into a 2v3.
And look who's coming down again.
Unsurprisingly enough, Swathe is going to commit to the game plan. Keep punishing Fantix. It worked so well in game 1. Why wouldn't it work in game 3?
Stand United is not available from Aladoric, so Fantix is on an island. Pops the ult nice and early, but look at that burst! Swathe, oh, the queen of seduction.
I was about to say there's no Mega Gnar. Perhaps Fantix can survive, but he gets destroyed.
He has
by
no
Swathe.
MR. Absolutely no MR. This is a free turret.
Again, momentum in these trades. In the side lanes is going to Chiefs Academy. This time, Guts isn't on the opposite side of the map to answer. There is no pressure on Gunkrab and Isla. Dream. Game 1, Game 2, huge lead in lane. Punishing, oppressive. This game, there is no control on Kai'Sa. Gunkrab is keeping pace and will become a menace in the split push.
But for Swathe, every other composition would say, oh, that's a Cloud Drake, who cares? Infernal comes up next, but a Cloud Drake secured by Chiefs Academy on a Quinn and an Evelynn. Two very fast champions that rely on their mobility to make game-winning plays.
I have to agree with you. Normally, I would down-talk any Cloud Drake take. But in this game, where rotating is going to be such an important factor, it is going to be huge. 2v3 here. Omni and Isla are in no threat. There is no dive pressure. Rift Herald here could take out the tower, but everyone from Chiefs Academy is collapsing.
Gunkrab's just walked in as well. They'll hit the eye. That Rift Herald is doing half its health as per requirement of Rift Herald Academy, but it'll be taken down, and Chiefs Academy hold their mid-turret.
And this isn't where you want to be as Intuition. You're setting up for a big 5v5 fight against Gnar Orianna. You do not want to take that. You want to sit back in side lane, look for picks, do what you do best, which is play exquisitely and punish mistakes. Don't try and ram your head into a 5v5 team fight.
At the moment, Chiefs Academy holding control. Swathe will get that, but the flash forward from Aladoric, he might just have to ult to get out. Second skin, Dream uses his ultimate, but Swathe doesn't have his just yet. He survives. They turn the engage. Shockwave is back, and here comes Panda. He'll take a one-on-one. Aladoric has bitten off more than he can chew. Swathe walks back in because of the beautiful passive that heals him up. And everything just went perfectly.
Swathe skates away on such low health. Dream uses his ultimate to get in, to be aggressive, as we've seen him do so effectively time and time again. But this time, it doesn't work. Now, control given to Chiefs Academy. Mid tower is not long for this world. They still have the Gnar ultimate.
Swathe is ready to go in. Ultimate available this time. Harry misses the stun, and that means that turret is secured. Chiefs Academy, 2k gold lead at 17 minutes, and they're in control. What a change from that second game.
A slow starting game this time. You didn't get the Gnar ahead on the first gank or the second gank, but you persisted as the Evelynn. You kept chunking away on Fantix, testing his resolve. You eventually find a lead up there. And on the other side of the map, Gunkrab and Isla playing exquisitely as the weak side, perfectly defensive on this Braum, has been a massive factor in defending when you're being ganked, when you're being pressured. Now with this gold lead, you need to start forcing as Chiefs Academy. Find the fights. Intuition are still grouping up. Get there with the Orianna, with the Gnar.
Panda is coming in but doesn't have a Mega Gnar bar. They're unable to get mid-turret out of fear with that charm. And the pressure being exerted continues.
Intuition look lost right now. They look lost. Normally they are decisive. They are taking fights, finding objectives, finding little ways to claw back into games or to generate a lead. The last few minutes have been, let's group up and run mid. Hope for the best. That is not the sign of a team that knows what they want to do. This is not the Intuition we have come to expect. Chiefs Academy, every time Intuition are grouped up mid, collapse in tow. Gnar coming up the river. Quinn coming down the river. There is so much threat that you cannot sit there and commit on the turret.
And look, the longer this game goes, in game 1 I said, oh, intuition, they'll feel fine. It might get to that point, but look at Anar Orianna.
In game 1, they had scaling champions. They had Azir, they had Gangplank. These incredible powerhouses when it comes to late game. They don't really have that in this game.
You know what they do have? They have a Mundo, but he's been fallen so far behind, with Swathe constantly sitting in this lane.
Panda now trying to bait, trying to set up for this gank. Swathe so patient, looking to get in.
Here comes the charm. Fantix pops the ulti immediately. A flash is available, but topside, Gunkrab gets soloed by Harry. The pressure exerted bottom is responded with smart play by Harry.
And Fantix stays alive this time. Most importantly, it's not a trade. Intuition gains some sort of control.
Well, not yet. Remember, ult was burned by Fantix. He's going to burn down with Swathe, and Stand United used on Mundo. Chiefs Academy have to get the heck out of there. Now Alodoric, safekeeping measure, but Intuition, they've started Baron. This is warded.
This is a 3-man Baron. Mundo now teleporting in. You don't have Shen ultimate. You don't have Mundo ultimate. Mundo could get burst out here. It's a risky Baron for Intuition.
It's up to Omni and Ayla. They have to get top lane, but Baron is still going down. Intuition making the play. Ayla ult in the pit. Shockwave's there, but secured by Intuition. Now they have to get out. It's Dream in the pit, who flashes over the wall with Guts. Gunkrab cleaning up. He finds the jungler. Guts is dead. Ayla and Dream after Dream. Dream is dead. And now it's up to Fantix, but he's not going to live either. Fantix pops the ulti. He might get one with him, but it doesn't matter. Fantix dies too, and Baron at the cost of 3 lives.
You get Baron, but it's such a cost. Can you do anything with the remaining members that have Baron? You still don't win fights. If Chiefs Academy fire on all cylinders, the Gnar and the Orianna link up, you are losing that fight. You need to split push, get in the side lanes, punish Gunkrab like Harry just did. But you are so delayed. We see here the Orianna ultimate does not steal. Everyone else trying their best to get out. Guts caught by Gunkrab. Dream chased down by Omni and Ayla. Fantix unsure of where to go. The Golems actually stop his recall, so he gets chased down as well. The best of a bad scenario for Chiefs Academy. But can they hold off the pressure of Baron in what I assume will end up being a split push, a 1-3-1 setup?
And during that replay as well, Alodoric just got picked off, which Chiefs Academy took as an opportunity to take Infernal with another one following through. So Chiefs Academy off a Baron play. This is most likely going to be a negative one for Intuition. And you count that Infernal, not worth.
You take this Baron play and you think of it as removing it from the map from your opponent at that point.
Okay.
You're not able to be proactive. Alodoric really slows down the momentum there. Infernal Dragon goes to Chiefs Academy. You can't group up against this team comp, especially at a gold deficit.
Panda right now, he picked up the Executioner's culling before. And that's just going to be beautiful. Like, against Mundo, hell yeah.
You want to talk about items?
Please do.
Look at Evelyn. 12-stack Medgites.
Did not see the Magi.
That is confidence, not arrogance. That is Swave saying that he knows exactly how to play right on the edge of aggression. And with how often they've been picking off Fantix, that could easily balloon out to a 20, a 25 stack. And when it gets there, Dream on Kai'Sa. You expect Kai'Sa to be pretty safe in terms of an ADC.
No way.
He will be evaporating to the Evelyn damage.
In this game, Dream has opted in for an AP build. It's going to be the Nash's Tooth coming up as second item, Kai'Sa.
He needs Zhonya's.
Yeah, but most likely going to be third item. Mundo caught out again. Ulti does nothing. Holy Swaithamoli.
16 stacks now.
That is a beaut.
I just said they are finding Fantix. They are scaling off picking him. They find another pick. And now, no Mundo for 30 seconds. You can run down mid with Omni.
I mean, with Swathe, he's got permanent invisibility, of course, but control wards all towards the top side, towards that Baron that was recently taken. None there for Fantix. Fantix has no defenses to spot out Swathe and sits in the lane. Now they go mid, and Intuition on the back foot. 3,500 gold down and counting.
Look at Gnar in the side, though. You might defend mid, but you won't defend bot. Chiefs Academy rotate now. That pick turns into a turret. And we say it so often. anytime you get a pick, you need to generate it into something.
Yeah.
If it's just damage on a turret, that is enough. You get vision control. You get the momentum, reset as a team, come back onto the map. As long as Chiefs Academy can keep the momentum going, keep getting Swathe active, it is going to be incredibly difficult for Intuition to do anything. They don't have the team fight comp. They have a splitting setup. They want to be in side lanes. And Chiefs Academy, they aren't letting them do that.
At the moment, this is a rinse and repeat. Game 1, Chiefs Academy. Different win conditions, but still, they knew how to play through what they've got. Gunkrab at a similar point, Swathe arguably similar as well. This Evelyn has just changed this series. Chiefs Academy relied on this one pick to bring them into the OPL promotion tournament. And so far, it's working. But they just have to close it out, like you said.
Everyone has been in this situation at home. I guarantee it. Anyone who plays League of Legends, you can empathize with Intuition right now. A strong snowballing Evelyn is the most irritating thing to play against in the world. Intuition, they need to find some control. Defend that Evelyn. Swathe is all over the map, looking for picks constantly. Gunkrab here trying to bait Harry. Harry has to know Evelyn is close by.
Harry's level 16 as well, so if that Vanguard's Edge lands onto Gunkrab, he's dead. Swathe going against it, but Harry's just going to back off for now, leaving Gunkrab in the side lane. The 1-3-1 from Chiefs Academy continues to progress forward, now at 4K.
This is a situation Intuition are all right with. They don't win fights. If it came to a 5v5, just wombo combo setup, they are not happy. They need to be just taking this game, bringing it to 40 minutes. The opposite you expect from Intuition, but they need to drag it out.
Yep.
Come to a point where the gold means less and less. They are down over 4,000 gold, probably one of the largest deficits they have faced.
Remember that if this kill goes forward, just to take you off track, Baron is coming up in 1:15, so if Swathe and Panda delay this with Meganar coming up, Fantix will not be up for Baron, depending on when it comes through.
If the kill happens, Swathe will be at 20 stacks, because he is getting this kill, not Panda.
Yep. 6-1 and 2. Evelyn sits bot, Intuition trying to read the play, Predator getting channeled, counter gank is here, Stand United, he brings him towards Swathe, and that is a mistake by Panda. He'll have to flash, Guts is unstoppable, running with the Ragnarok, Panda might die here, a heal will help him, Shockwave hits no one, a 3-man ulti, Isla gets 2, still in the fight, finds Harry, and Omni has to get away. He'll go golden, and immediately Intuition start winning the fight. But who's this? It's the Birdman himself. Harry denies it, Isla dies, Swathe comes back in, the Evelyn's huge, but not big enough. 3 members still live from Intuition.
Intuition find the fight. They find the way back into the game. 20 seconds on Baron. That will be their target. Run straight there with everyone. Chiefs Academy cannot contest it. This all starts from a Meganar that whiffs. It almost kills Swathe. They chase down Panda. And I want you to watch this Orianna Shockwave, because just like Meganar, it is not effective. Isla comes in, tries to save the day. Swathe picks up 2, but Harry at this point is too strong. Chiefs Academy, they need to cut their losses and get out. Gunkrab and Swathe think, we can do this, we can save the day. They try and get on Harry. Harry kills Gunkrab instantly. Isla dies as he flashes over. Swathe now not able to get the job done. Dream comes back in. Intuition, huge swing from the brink of destruction. Bring the game back.
They know they can't get this Baron. It's just given over to Intuition. They go straight for the Infernal, which will just be given over to them. Now gold is neck and neck. Double Infernal in the favor of Chiefs Academy. But Intuition, that elongated fight, could not have gone better.
That Cloud Drake next is saving grace for Chiefs Academy. This Baron power play, and make no mistake about it, the first Baron for Intuition was not a power play. This one is.
Yep.
Is going to give them control of the game. That next dragon will likely be theirs. And for Chiefs Academy, that delays Elder Dragon. That lets you reset mentally, reset as a team, get ready, prepare for a fight. You need to win the next fight to have a chance at this game.
Fantix sits mid while the rest go top. That's the last outer for Intuition to take down. And they'll be neck and neck with Chiefs Academy and turrets. Harry now getting to a point where he's happy to take a 1v2, a 1v3.
Look at this wave top. Intuition are not going to react. They will not leave top lane.
They're going for Fantix mid. They just want to take out the Mundo. very tanky. He will die, but a very slow death. So much burn. Intuition going for the inhib. Chiefs Academy have to back.
Intuition are going to try and end the game here. Everyone's recalls have been delayed. Nah hasn't even started his. They err on the side of caution. Back out. Panda now has to retreat. Inhibitor for one person and a turret. Decisive play from Intuition. What we expect from them and what we hadn't been seeing this game.
Suddenly, there's that tension in the air. That top lane broken. And Chiefs Academy on the back foot for maybe the first time this game.
Definitely.
From here, nothing is up and available. A bit of a standstill. That Baron's still there.
How blessed are we for this to be the final game of the OCS?
That's right.
It has all come down to this. Intuition, a dominating regular season, a tough semi-finals win against Diacubs. Chiefs Academy only faltered to Intuition all season long. They finally gain a victory against them. They had control in this game. Intuition rip it back away from them. And now, as we wait for the next objectives to spawn, the slight posturing, Baron will run out. Can Chiefs Academy get the fight they were hoping for? They've been setting up for all game. They need the Mega Gnar. They need the Shockwave to hit 2-3 targets.
Whatever that Mega Gnar is doing, Panda has just built a Gwiznooz. That's a 3-item Gnar with Mortal Reminder against the Mundo, but he wants to get on hit. He wants to hold that side lane. Right now, Gnar's going to do whatever he can to hold that top wave, but Intuition push in bot and mid at the same time, and Chiefs Academy just have to sit there and let it happen.
Intuition still have a little bit of Baron left, and with it, they're taking down all of the standing buildings. Take down the inners. You do not have to try and take down a second inhibitor. Generate that gold lead. The safe, consistent play we come to expect from them. No risks at this point is what is necessary.
Bottom lane inner goes down. Intuition play it safe. Continuing on. Swathe gonna try and stop the back. He does. He goes into Alodoric. Almost burns him down. Swathe ulties and misses. He gets out safely, but not the objective he was hoping for.
The taunt from Alodoric saves his own life. Gets away at the cost of his flash. So there is saving grace there for Swathe. Still being proactive, looking for picks, trying to get things done for his team.
He has no CDR. That ult is not coming up for another 30 seconds.
Still quite a while, but should be there before an objective. Now, like I said, that is not Elder Dragon coming up. It is a Cloud Drake. That is something, if you're at Chiefs Academy, you do not like the fight that's shaping up, you don't have to contest. Let it go. Do not sit there and think that you have to contest the objective. Try and find the fight that you're looking for, and if it isn't there, do not be silly.
Fighting words for a team like Chiefs Academy. For a team like Intuition, being forced into the corner since semi-finals, they are not used to this whatsoever. And now with that dragon coming up, they're not going to be used to fighting so heavily over a dragon. And although Intuition now have a 3k gold lead, it's little considering that one pick by Swathe, one ulti by Gnar, one shockwave by Omni will change the game and could end it for Intuition.
You still have 16 stacks on that Medjai's for Swathe. So yes, you are at a gold detriment. You're still effective.
Swathe is here though. Panda's about to go Mega Gnar. There's Vanguard's edge. Panda ults him into the wall. Survives for now. Hayri does not die. Swathe has to flash. It's gone wrong for Chiefs Academy. Hayri gets another. And Intuition find two and are heading towards the base.
Hayri walks in. Knows Panda is there. Panda tries his best to turn it around. Gets the Mega Gnar off. But it is not enough damage. The Aurelia reigns supreme. 2 people down. Can Omni get the shockwave they need to survive?
Fantix is running in. Intuition. This is their chance to make it to the OPL promotion tournament. Chiefs Academy on their last legs. A shockwave needed here. Guts goes in first. Isla the target. Shockwave finds 3 under the turret. Gunkrab trying to delay it, but they want the end. Intuition are low. They're backing away. This is not their fight. Chiefs Academy overstep. Intuition go back in, and they want to end it, but they can't. A close call. Chiefs Academy hold on.
They survive by the skin of their teeth. They use everything to make sure they stay alive. Can Gunkrab get Hayri here?
He thinks he can. Teleports in there as well. Gunkrab doesn't get stunned. Panda's coming in. That's on Hitnar. One more necessary. He's going to find it. The flash forward. Intuition getting re-engaged on. Panda's about to go Mega as well. Fantix, don't come in. You're going to die. Panda doesn't have flash. A double kill there. Chiefs Academy really sticking it to Intuition. They bring Fantix back. Gunkrab survives. Fantix dies. And Chiefs Academy, now it's their turn to shine.
From the jaws of defeat, they come up with something massive. Turn it all around. We saw Intuition do this
Can they
to
end off this?
Cubs.
T-Gun.
They can. Look at the death timers.
Chiefs Academy were in their base moments ago, fighting for survival against Intuition. They re-engage, they call the bluff, and now they're destroying the inhibitor and heading for that Nexus.
It happened to Dire Cubs at the hands of Intuition. Now it will happen to Intuition at the hands of Chiefs Academy.
The fight breaks out again. One Nexus turret is down. Aladoric trying to save the day, but he's getting destroyed. Stand United on Dream. Can he do it? Shockwave brings him back in. They're on the Nexus. Chiefs Academy destroy it. They go to the OPL promotion tournament and they defeat the Kings of the OCS.
Undefeated all season long. Your first map is in the semi-finals, and Chiefs Academy do not falter.
Thank you for what was the most on-point game of the OCS. Both teams should be proud, but Chiefs Academy, again, it's that one play that defines them. Game 1, let me take you back. Game 1, Gunkrab gets one pick. Game 3, just then, Gunkrab goes for it, but Panda rushes forward, has his flash, and suddenly, Hayri's dead. And everyone else follows.
It's exactly what happened. Game 3, Dire Cubs versus Intuition. Dire Cubs, they start turning it around. They look in control.
Yep.
One mistake and Intuition end the game. Today, it is Chiefs Academy who do that. They defend so valiantly at their Nexus. They almost lose the game. Intuition, they overstep their bounds. And they lose the series. It's incredible.
You're sitting there as Chiefs Academy going, I can't imagine the feeling from Chiefs Academy right now would be electric.
That was insane. Absolutely insane.
So
for a game to go where it was,
yeah,
on your own Nexus, defending as best you can. In a solo queue game, people have already left the game.
yeah.
But Chiefs Academy, they defend so perfectly. Omni gets a great shockwave. They clear out the wave. They just stall as long as they can until they can turn it around.
Ayla gets 3-man ulti.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
One move by Chiefs Academy wins them the series. A close series at that. They take out the OCS championship. They take out the title when they move forward to the OPL promotion tournament. And you have to say right now, their ability to sustain a game and make their way back after what was a shocking game 2. I think I can say that to them now.
Yep.
That game 2 was horrible. But game 3, what a turnaround, and especially after Intuition bound that one fight.
You have to give credit to the support staff. When you lose a game like they did in game 2, the manager, the coach, whoever it is, that then speaks to them for the brief time they have between games, is able to calm them down, get them to reset, say, what do we need to change to fix this? What needs to go? Evidently, it was Rise, it was Gangplank. Go back to a more standard draft. We spoke for what is now 14, 15 weeks about ease of execution. Chiefs Academy, pick that easy comp, that team fight comp. Throw yourselves at them, and you will win the fights.
What a way to end the season, T-Gun. A massive way to end the season. We're going to have to recover in our own time. However, a big thank you to all our OCS teams for playing during the OCS 2018 split. It was a massive 13-week plus more for these teams to play through, and especially adapting to the best 3 format for our top 6 teams as well. Thank you to our production staff here at Riot, and thank you to T-Gun and myself. Mr. Producer was whispering something in my ear, but also I was thinking, like, that was PogChamp. Promo Relos is coming up on the 7th and 8th, the promotion and relegation tournament, if you speak in the common tongue. It will be Tectonic versus Avant Gaming, versing the loser will verse Chiefs Academy.
I have to say, and I'm biased, obviously.
Of course.
But I love Chiefs Academy's chances in that match.
Yeah?
Avant Gaming, I will say, their games that I've watched, they generate great leads, but they don't seem to be able to close out games.
Chiefs Academy may fall down, but they can close out games.
They can, and we've seen they are willing to be decisive when necessary.
But can you believe Intuition, the team that's undefeated, are out? They didn't make it. Like what?
we have to get behind Chiefs Academy.
Oh,
Now-
as a unit.
It doesn't matter if it's Avant Gaming, like I said, or if it's Tectonic, who Chiefs Academy end up versing. We're biased, obviously, in the OCS. I am rooting for
course.
Chiefs Academy.
Of course, after a performance like that, why wouldn't you be? A big thank you again to all the production staff here, to T-Gun, not to myself this time. That's it for us, and hopefully we'll see you next year or whenever we're coming up next. It's bye for now, but not forever.